Hello, welcome back to Prosperous Living with Toyia. If you're new here on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, share because you care, and always comment below. We're streaming both on TikTok and YouTube. And tonight is manifesting your SP. We're going to have a conversation about relationships. One second, I forgot to close my door. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we discuss relationships tonight, manifesting your specific person. We have some topics or questions. Hopefully you can see the questions. You get to number 5. You could just, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Want to know what question 5 says? You can just ask over here on YouTube. It's a really good question, but there's the question right there. I can come off screen so you can see it. And welcome, welcome, welcome as we discuss relationships. So what do you want in a relationship? Do you believe you can have it? What are you looking for? Do you think dating is hard? Relationships are hard? Marriage is hard? What do you believe about relationships? All of that good stuff. I know we have specific questions on the prompt, but we can always go off the prompt because I know a lot of times these questions are geared to dating, but it can also be relationships, questions relating to marriages and, your relationships at work and business, clients, all of that good stuff. Because you understand that all relationships are a relationship with yourself. The relationships you're experiencing is based on your assumptions about it. But this helps you dig a little deeper, question some of your belief systems that you've been having, and look to transform them, change them. Don't accept them. Manifesting your SP. You definitely can have what you desire. So I'm streaming on TikTok as well. So on TikTok, we have the panel. And so the panel, hey, Latoxi, welcome. The panel is available. Normally I have a parameters of 10K. The easy way, I like to get 10,000 likes before I open up the panel. But on Mondays for relationship talk, we're going to set the parameters aside. Hello, Jose Antonio. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we can get right down to having a conversation, tonight's conversation about relationships. I understand you have to set aside the societal norms when it comes to relationships, especially if you want your relationships to be successful. You're going to have to deconstruct from some of those belief systems because a lot of those belief systems just do not serve you. Keep the ones you like, discard the ones you don't. You get to create the recipe for your relationship. You got to learn how to be flexible. How old are you? You said relationships are weird. Well, if you believe they're weird, then they will be. They don't have to be. But if that's what you believe, then you get what you expect. If you want it to be better, you better expect something better. If you want them to be different, then I suggest, Jose, you move along to another live. This is not a child's live. But you don't have to have those relationships. You can change those relationships by changing yourself. But if you're looking for your family to be different so you can be happy, that may never change. That may never change. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm going to mute you. At least you told me you were 8, so I'm gonna put you in mute. Cause what? You told me you 8 years old. I think you need to go find another live. Hello, Latoxic. How are you, friend?
Hey, how are you? How's it going?
I was going great. It's going great. How about yourself?
It's going well. It's going well.
Good, good, good to hear
a
that.
little bit of this, a little bit of that,
I know, right? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's Monday.
I know, right? Right.
Monday.
Waiting for the folks to come on up in here. But we have Zebagold. How's that? Zebo? Is that how you say it? Zebagold? Welcome to the panel. How are you? You can unmute. Did you mean to come up?
So there, I invited him up.
Oh, okay, okay. I wonder does he know? Oh, Zay. Okay, Zebagold. Okay, Zebagold. The A is long, huh?
Yeah.
Did you mean to come up? You have to unmute because we can't hear you. You're on the panel. Do you know you're on the panel? Oh, thank you, Winter Plays. Thank you. So the live started at, starts at 6 p.m. for our relationship talk, our relationship discussion. So have some great questions here on the screen, on the prompt. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, Aqua 2026. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Can you move the prompt over to the right a little bit? I think it's getting cut off. It's not getting cut off for the panel.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. I can see it perfectly. But when I was off the panel, I couldn't see the numbers.
I think that just depends on how large your thing is, because on mine, because I'm on my tablet, I have plenty of space in between.
Oh.
And I could try to make it smaller, but you may not. Is the wording going to be too small?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, unless I just take the bottom off, I have to come back though. So I don't know if you want to talk while I go and try to change the prompt on my end.
It's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, so I am streaming on YouTube, on TikTok. I am streaming on YouTube as well as TikTok. So can you guys still hear me on TikTok? I don't think they can hear me. I know YouTube can hear me. So trying to get the prompt to work on TikTok.
Oops, sorry, I muted myself. Hi, everybody. Zay, I invited you up because I saw you in the chat being active. So feel free to chat. Feel free to share the live. We're already up to almost 2,000 likes. Let's keep the likes coming. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Because a lot of times when I leave TikTok and try to change stuff, it still won't populate it for me. Even though I changed it on my end, a lot of times it won't.
Yeah, I mean, allow me to. Someone in the chat will have to tell you whether or not it's changed or not.
Yeah, I mean, because I created a photo, and a lot of times when I create a new photo, it's a house that you probably have to leave.
That's fine for me. Yeah, that's fine for me. I have to come back. 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking relationships. Just making sure the prompt can be seen on TikTok because I'm streaming on TikTok as well. So I don't know. You might know I can see the wording on 5. I may have to go and try to move it up some more. That's what's going on. I'm doing great. How are you doing, bruh, girl? LOL. Okay. It's cut off now. Yeah, I guess everybody's going to get a different view. Could you see it the last time, TMV? The other way I had it? Let's see. I'm going to try one more time.
I think I know what is going on.
What?
When I say it's cut off, I think that TikTok is mirroring the image. So when I say, oh, can you move it to the right? You're moving it the opposite way because I think the image is mirrored for us.
Okay, well, let me see.
So
I can move it to the other side and move it up some more. So
yeah, try that. I think that's what it is. I think it's TikTok flipping the image.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I'm streaming on TikTok as well as YouTube. TikTok is where we have the call in. So if you want to call in to answer any of the questions, ask questions regarding relationships, you have to come over to TikTok, or else you can stay right there.
How do you pronounce your whole name?
You can stay right there on
it is
on YouTube.
That's kind of like the little slang name, whatever. But my name is Xavier.
Okay. Do you prefer Zay or Xavier or?
Yeah, Xavier.
Okay, great. Well, welcome to the panel.
What's up? Look, don't be putting me on the spot.
We're going to keep it cute. It's a very lighthearted conversation. Very lighthearted today.
Yeah.
We try to keep it lighthearted most days, but you know how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah. How's your Monday?
How y'all doing, though?
Oh, doing all right.
It's a Monday. Balmy Monday.
It is Monday. You know, it's a beautiful day. I mean, it was raining a lot this weekend, but now the weather is nice. So,
where you at?
I'm in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm down here in Atlanta. It's hot as all in the wet.
Oh, I bet. I think it's probably like 80. It's 82 right now. So it cooled off a little bit.
Toyia, where you at?
I'm right here. I was trying to change the thing. Yeah, it won't. I changed the other image. It won't populate for me. Tox. It won't populate the new image I created. I'm not seeing it from my
Tim says she can see it. So
who said? Oh, Tail said she can see it now. Okay. Cool.
Well,
that's good. That's as long as people. What state? Illinois.
Oh God. Okay. Georgia to Illinois. Then what you doing?
Oh, okay. Hello, Frank Jones. You say where I been? I haven't been. I've been here. You know, I gotta take some days off. I don't do lives every day. Everybody need a break. But I come. My schedule is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays for now until that changes. But right now, that's the schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays for sure. Mondays is relationship talk. Wednesdays we do manifestation talk. Of course, it's a manifestation platform, but we specifically talk about different things. And then Saturday, we have the book club discussion of a Neville Goddard's book, Feeling is the Secret. So we're on chapter 3, and that's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday mornings. You know, that's a very short book. It's only 4 chapters. So, hey, Zay, what you want to talk about these relationships? What you have to say?
Like I'm saying, I'm chiming in. I'm trying to see what everybody else talking about. Relationship is a relationship, ain't it?
Hey, you know, everybody has their own different perspective, though. You know, and most people think, unfortunately, that relationships are weird, like you said, or hard and difficult. And, you know, that's what, you know, I come to realize it's only hard because you make it hard. Stop making it hard, then it won't be hard. It's just that simple. Stop trying to control other people, then the relationship will flow.
Yes.
But when you try to control the other person and say, oh, they must change, or they must do this things my way, or they must think the same way I think.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's going to be an issue.
Man, so one of my good things with a old girl, whatever, I forgot her name, white girl, Megan or whatever this is. She talk about let them and you let them.
Mel Robbins, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So true, man, and it's so factual.
Yep. So did you like any of those questions? You want to ponder?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to see what the
Oh, you just want to see what everybody else talking about. Oh, okay. I feel you. You ain't ready to tackle anything. I got you.
Look,
I got you.
Them and let me.
Let them, and I'm just gonna listen. Let me listen and let them speak. That's funny. Oh, let them eat cake. Says
yeah. But I do like it because like I was saying, like from the last whatever I told you, whatever. I'm new to it, whatever. So I kind of like to see other folks' experiences, whatever, and then kind of,
I feel you. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Our experiences.
Yeah.
So we learn from each other, and we kind of like grind off of that, whatever. So that's what I like more than me just talking.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Looking for some of the other folks to come on up in here, and Tox doesn't mind starting. She'll talk a little bit. You start with one question just to start. I mean, I know we got 5 questions, but you can just talk on one just to see, more folks come on through here.
For sure. All right. I think out of these questions,
Zay said, you gonna have us cracking up.
Okay. You like, I'm trying to keep us time to keep the live going. Oh my God. Well, look, I guess I could probably start off with
go for it.
What story about your past relationship are you telling yourself? Boom. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this ain't just no personal relationship. This could be like, it can kind of like be like with your coworker. It could be with anybody, whatever. It could be with anybody, whatever. And what that relationship is consists of what that validation gives you and what you do with that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these are strong questions, whatever. But I think you start. Who should make the first move first? Nah, that ain't nah. But I think you should know who you are before you get into all these relationships and stuff, whatever. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with different people, different backgrounds, and type of things, whatever. Everybody believe in everything. Everybody move different ways. So I think that if you move accordingly, because I don't want to be no yes man. You feel me? I don't want to be no yes man, but we open.
It's kind of like the Monica song. I should make a move, but I won't.
Yeah,
because you're probably thinking something is wrong.
Yep.
I want to get down, but not on the first night. So who should make the first move? The man or the woman? Who you think should make the first move?
I mean, that ain't up to me. Whatever. That's up to the situation, I guess.
Oh, okay. So
if I'm a man,
no, but we're talking about like dating, right? Dating.
Right,
would you want to approach the woman, or would you want the woman to approach you? I mean, because it's levels to it, right? It's levels to it. So normally in your dating life, who's making the first move? You or the woman?
If you know what you want, you're gonna go after what you want. So if I see something that I want, I'm gonna go after that.
Okay.
Cool. If you get rejected, cool, this and that, and whatever. But if I'm the one in it to initiate, if I actually like this and I see that I can, hold on, let me choose my words, because I ain't trying to control the situation, but I'm trying to, manipulate it on a good situation. So like, boom, 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 liking you, boom, 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 feeling you, this and that, whatever. We go into it. If you can look at me like, you just Norman Joe and you ugly and this and that. You gonna have your own interpretations of your way, how you gonna move. You like, let's just see how far this goes. So it just depends.
Yeah, but we're talking about you specifically. I know you're talking about generally.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I ain't like to. If I like something, I'm going after it.
Okay. Have you been approached by a woman before? Does that happen often?
Not much because I ain't like I'm married with her, so I try to
Okay,
keep
you married now.
everything on.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, no, no.
okay, okay. Gotcha. Cool. That's good. That's good. That's good.
But the Cougars and everything else be out here trying to get at it. So I'm like,
Not the
ah.
Cougars. All right, all right.
We ain't on that yet.
He said the Cougars be on it. They be like, they be on the prowl, huh?
Nah, we ain't on it.
I ain't say what you want. You said the Cougars be on it. I'm not talking about what your response because you're married. So I know you
Yeah,
ain't got no time for the Cougars, you know.
yeah, nah. And I mean, even if it was something that, like, I mean, because let's just talk with we people with you go out. Let's say you go out for a cup of coffee, this and that, whatever. So say you see a person, you like cool, cool, cool. That's okay and cool in the sense, but it gotta stay right there. We can't be doing too much with this. You feel me?
It's okay with a little small talk, huh?
Yep,
Yeah.
little small talk. That's it.
Okay. So I know you made a comment in the chat about relationships are weird when it comes to family. How so?
Oh God. So you already know how this go. Y'all a little bit older than me, or we might be the same, but family, you got to keep at a certain level. You can't do business with family. With family, they gonna know more of your triggers, more of your things like this and that, whatever. So for me, it seems like people that's closer to you know your triggers and know things to tear you off, this and that. For me, if you're in a relationship, you should be with somebody that's not triggering those things, and to make you better, and to kind of feed off your energy, you feed off that person's energy. I just don't see that with family off say per se. Nah, that's off top. What I
But
got
why
from
are you
family,
easily
whatever.
triggered?
Cause family, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm saying, I told you last chat, whatever. I just turned 40, but in them 40 years, I've learned in the last 5 years, when I go around family, they looking at me weird, like, damn fool, you doing good, you looking good, you just that, whatever. And they ain't saying per se to family, but people look at you a type of way when you handle yourself a certain way. You feel me? When you present yourself a certain way, when you handle yourself a certain way, people, I don't know if it's envy or jealousy of this and that, but they kind of the tear tatter kind of go a different route. You feel me?
But why does it matter what they think or what they
I
say?
don't really care what they think.
Oh,
They just
okay,
they family.
okay, right. They probably trying to get put on. Like, what you doing? Give us the
Say that then.
sauce.
Say that
Give us
then.
the
Just say that.
sauce.
Say
Wait,
that
here's the
then.
thing. Don't think negatively of them though, right?
Oh
You're
yeah.
thinking the worst when they could just, don't know how to come, you don't know what to say, they just realize it's something different. They see your come up, you right? And so they don't know, they may not know how to handle it. Give them grace.
I
Don't
definitely
think the
think
worst
that's
of
what it
them.
is. I
Yep.
definitely think that's what it is. And I'm like, it's kind of awkward. 'Cause I'm like, damn, folks looking at me different because this and that. I'm like, we the same people, but I understand that. Like, that's like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I stand here in Atlanta, whatever. Grew up, project this and that. But if I grew up in the projects and you grew up in the suburbs, you gonna look at me different from me looking at you in that aspect of this and that. Even if let's say if we grow up in our relationships, let's say that you grew up in a dysfunctional relationship, this and that, and you've come to learn everything in your life and everything and this and that, whatever. And then you get to a point you like, these people, I know they were toxic before. They on a good level, but now they looking at me like my good level ain't up to their par. And it seemed like I'm saying from the outside looking in, and I'm a like energy reader, that type of thing, all that, space, auras and all that, this and that. And you could tell when somebody come around you, they don't like what you got going on. Let's say if it's a relationship, let's say, like I'm saying, I'm married. Let's say if I got with a girl, or dated somebody, I got with somebody, and let's say that my mom didn't like her.
Okay.
Because my mom didn't like her. Should I not like her? Should I see what my mom see in her that make her don't like her? And it's
say too many dynamics, right?
Yeah.
But that's coming back again from you trying to not control, but validate, like looking for validation, because a lot of people marry people that their parents don't like. It happens every day. And a lot of times parents are wrong.
Yeah.
you know? And so you have to decide, you only got one life to live. So trying to live, you know, your life according to somebody else's standards gonna make you for
That's a no-go.
maybe a very lonely person, a very unhappy person.
Exactly. That's a no-go. That's a no-go.
So what I know is that when you are okay with it, the world will be okay with it. When you ain't okay with it, the world not gonna be okay with it. The world, to me, is just mirroring you. And so a lot of people, when your parents don't like something, it's really something you don't like, but you don't want to acknowledge it because you really want to be with the person. Something about them you really like, so you're trying to overlook some things and try to force things to work because you're trying to see something in them that maybe, you know.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say it's not there, but you haven't completely aligned to what you really want. So you get something that you don't want. It's kind of like my number 5. Are your relationship choices based in knowing that you can have what you want? Or do you think, why even bother, and choose to settle because you don't see it ever happening? Like
Facts.
really
Facts.
getting what you want. So you'll settle, wait, this is the best I can do. They got boom, 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 right? They got A, B, C, D, but they don't got E, F, G. And so I just settle. I want A through G. But they check off 5 of the 7 boxes, 5 of the 8 boxes. So I'm just gonna go with that because I really don't believe that I can have everything I want.
Facts. And you can't change people. You can't make people do what you want to do, this and that, whatever. And like I'm saying, this is a good topic, whatever, because I think that, like, especially relationship, you can't, like, it's like relationships, basically. We ain't talking about no you and your spouse. We talk about you, all relationships. We ain't even talk about the relationship with God, but even with that relationship, you gotta be able to willing to take and willing to adjust and willing to do whatever. And I think that most times everybody be doing their thing, whatever. Ain't nobody really get, kind of concerned, like, how do I feel in this moment? Do this make me happy? Am I being fake? Am I doing this and that to, make everybody feel cheerful and this and that, whatever? And at the end of the day, it really ain't even about that.
Yep.
It's about the relationship. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
That's the relationship
Knowing
that mostly.
yourself.
Yep, know yourself. Yep. Hey, Ricky McFarlane, welcome. So I'm streaming on YouTube as well as TikTok. You're new here to YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share because you care, and always comment below. We have the panel available on TikTok. This is where we do our call-in feature. If you want to call in and join the conversation, come over to TikTok. My handle is Prosperous Living with _T on TikTok. All right, Zay, thank you for your perspective.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for sharing. Yeah,
I knew that was going to be a good share.
Yes.
Look, you reeled me up here for a minute, so you had to get something.
I had to. I'm so glad. Thanks for contributing in the comments and on the panel.
Absolutely.
Feel free to stay up if you'd like. And I just brought Magnetic up because she asked a very awesome question in the chat.
I mean, they're both manifesting. But go ahead. Hey, Magnetic.
Hey. Okay, so I want to ask the question that I just asked in the chat. So what's the difference between manifesting your SP and just settling? Because it seems like it looks like it's kind of confusing if you're saying either you're going to change that person or you're going to be, you're like manifesting that person to be the person that you want them to be. Is that a big difference, or like, I want to see.
Okay, say that again. You're manifesting. What's the difference?
Okay, so is it a difference between manifesting your SP and just settling? Because if you're manifesting, of course, you're manifesting them to be the person that you want them to be. Okay. But isn't that the same thing as settling?
Yeah, I never said there was a difference.
Yeah, so I want to see the difference.
There is no difference. It's both manifestation.
Oh,
but are you reducing your desire because you don't truly believe you can get what you want?
Oh, okay.
Are you now going to take away from desire, right? You want this type of person. You meet a person that meets most of those characteristics, but they don't meet everything. And a lot of and some, maybe some of the other things are really, really important to you. But because, well, they check off these boxes, I'm gonna go ahead and see what happens. Maybe they'll develop or change into this being. Instead of you recognize, I think that people now call these quote unquote red flags. And I would just say they're not red flags, they're just not for you. They just, if somebody's not texting you the way you want, they just ain't that into you. It's okay. They don't like you that much. If you want somebody to really be into you and they're not that into you, why are you continuing to give them your energy?
So why focus on the manifesting your SP? A lot of people, and I'm not just talking about you, because the platform does say manifest your SP. And then other manifested, like coaches, they say, oh, you can manifest your SP. But why do that instead of just saying you can manifest the exact person that you desire to be, that checks all your boxes, instead of saying,
well, that's what SP means. Manifest your specific person.
Right. So for me, it looks like you're saying manifest your specific person. It's saying that person, exactly that person name, the person exactly, like, I guess for me, when I look at them, they be like, okay, you can manifest this person that been telling you that you've been in a situation for years to be your person. Or like, oh, you can manifest your coworker into being the person you want them to be. Like, I guess that's what messes a lot of people up, because I think it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Are you trying to change the person?
Yeah, because a lot.
I get you, but no, I'm not saying to change. I'm saying be the person that has that type of person you want, right? And when I say be it, I mean assume you're already with you already have the type of relationship you want. Assume that it's possible. We're not looking to change people. We're deciding what we want and then knowing we can have it. That's manifesting your SP. That's manifesting a job. That's manifesting money. That's manifesting health. You can swap out SP for anything you want in life and say, I'm manifesting this, which means I'm actualizing the life I want to experience. And I get to decide who I want to share this life with. And I don't have to settle and take less than the best just because, for whatever reason, people are settling for. But people settle for a myriad of reasons. And the real reason why people settle is because they really don't think they can have it.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I asked number 5, where are you coming from with your manifestation? It's any manifestation. We're specifically talking about SPs here, but it can account for any manifestation. Where are you coming from with your desire? Are you coming from the assumption that I already have it? Or are you thinking you have to make it so, and so then when the person shows up and they don't meet all your standards, are you willing to sacrifice and settle and compromise just not to be alone? And a lot of people do it. I know they do it. I've been living this life I know plenty of people that have got with people that did not meet what they wanted for the sake of them really not believing they can have it, and they don't want to be alone. A lot of people end up relationships just for the mere fact they don't want to be alone. Not to say that that's wrong, but what we learn here with this law, that we don't have to settle. We can have exactly what we want. You can have it all.
Right. For a person that is saying, I want this specific person, this specific guy. That's what I'm saying. Like, and
they can have it, and people have done it. People have manifested it.
Yeah.
Did they end up being all that they thought? Ask Katie Holmes. Ask Amar Rashad or Felicia Rashad. At the time, Felicia A.S. Allen. Ask what was the first Miss US Miss America was Miss The one with the light eyes. I can't remember. Was it Miss America?
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa. Remember the guy? The guy manifested her, right? Nick Cannon. They wanted specific people. They were very saying, I must have this person. Ain't none of them married no more. Not just saying that it couldn't work out. But when you're deciding that you want a very specific person, you should see yourself with them and not trying to change them to be with you. That's why some people will caution, or like Neville got it right. He cautioned, be careful about asking for specific people, even though he did it, right? He saw the woman. He knew that that woman was for him, right? But he also would talk about people asking for very, very specific people, right? Like saying that I must have this specific person instead of saying the type of person you want to be with and allowing that person to show up. People get attached to looks in the outside, but your higher self, or, you know, something called the universe, or your deeper self, or your subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, knows all, and will bring the right person to you. You just got to know you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle.
I think it's kind of contradiction. I got a lot of.
It's not contradiction because you're the master creator. You're the master. You can say, like you have people say, I wrote down 30 things and I get everything I asked for. It happens. I think we're trying to find wrongness in it when there's no wrongness in it.
Right.
There's no wrongness. You can have whatever you want.
Because if that specific person not already in that space to where you want them, isn't that not changing them?
Say that again.
I got a lot of background, so
That's okay.
I keep
That's
putting myself on
change,
mute.
though. That's change. If that ain't what you want to do,
If that specific person,
You
okay,
change.
say that specific person.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Y'all both can talk at the same time. Hold on. Go ahead, Magnat. Here's the thing. I think people go into trying to change people in order to be with them. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not saying people don't do it. People do it. People absolutely will get with someone and try and say, "Oh, I love him, except this. Can you change this about you?" Or if she would just be this, or if he would just do that, or I like them, but, or they're the perfect person, but. It's always a but. And you know, the but X's out the statement you said before. So yeah, if you're going into a relationship and you're looking to change something about them because they don't meet your standard, I feel like you don't like them. Why are you getting with people to try to change them? But people do it all the time. Because someone does it, that means it can be done. But what we say, what do we know about the law? You're really not changing them. You're changing you. There's no such thing as changing another person. That's why relationships don't work, because people spend so much time trying to change the other person, or another person tries to spend so much time trying to make another person happy, and they realize that's a task that will never be completed, because you cannot make another person happy. You cannot change another person. That's why we say focus on yourself. Be the person that has the amazing relationship, someone that nurtures you, that cares for you, that shows up for you. Not trying to find someone and make them do those things. That's going to be innate within them. That's going to be their nature to do those things, because they're matching your energy. They're reflecting you. But if you truly believe that men can't be that way, or women are hard to handle, and if you have all these preconceived notions about relationships, don't be surprised when it shows up in your world, because that's what you truly believe. Regardless of what you're asking for, it's about who you truly are, what you truly accept about relationships. So it's really not about what other people say, about what someone else is manifesting, what another coach is saying, it's really about what do you want? And that's where your focus should be, on what you want.
You know, another person who I think manifested somebody is Hailey Bieber. Or whatever her name is. Haley something. She manifested him. Obviously, their relationship looks like a mess from the outside. It could be sunshine and roses on the inside, but when you said that, it just made me think about she absolutely has been vocal about, or in the past at least, was vocal about manifesting him. Even though she is from, I think she's one of the she's one of the the guy from 30 Rock, the brothers Baldwin. She's a Baldwin. Yeah, she's it's not like she came out of nowhere, but.
You know the conspiracy theories, they claim she destiny swapped with
with
the other girl that was famous. His first girlfriend. What is her name?
Anybody's name today. I don't know why.
I know, the dark long hair. She was from, was she from Disney or Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Selena. Yeah, Selena Gomez. Yeah. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, they said she doesn't.
I don't believe in that whole destiny. I know people talk about destiny swap. Like, what's for me is for me. Can nobody take what unless I have to give it away. That's what people don't understand. In order for you to lose something, you don't lose anything. You give it away.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think but she had talked about manifesting him. Ariana Grande had also manifested some people. And there's a lot going on there. But yeah, so I mean, it's definitely possible.
I mean, because people can go by what's on the outside, right? But until they really get to know them and they in a relationship with them, it's like, oh damn.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, whole different story.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing.
And again, we're not saying you shouldn't do it, right? But we're just giving examples of, and I'm sure there are some great examples, right, of people manifesting a specific person and it worked out. We're talking about celebrities, so a lot of times you're not gonna get those those examples, because you know Hollywood is all about the salaciousness, they're wanting to highlight negativity as opposed to positivity, But I manifested my husband, but was I specific? Like when I saw him, I was like, oh, he the one? No, we let it develop, and then I realized, oh, this is what I was asking for. I let it be revealed to me that was the person I was, the good man I was wanting in my life.
So, Toyia, let me ask you this. Did you see any red flags there before?
I don't know nothing about no red flags. When I was dating, that wasn't in my mind. I wasn't looking for red flags.
He was just picture perfect.
You said picture perfect. He was perfect for me.
Do he snore?
But how was that a negative? I probably snore. I probably just don't know it because I'm asleep. The hell? What is that? That's not a negative, because people are, like, that's not a negative.
Too loud.
Oh,
too much.
I just, if he gets too loud, I just nudge him.
Okay.
Turn over, and I turn back over. It ain't that deep. It ain't that. And they used to have this book back in the day called "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff." People be sweating the small stuff. They make mountains out of molehills, but that's really because they're unhappy with their church and they're trying to make their church right and trying to change the other person. This is what Magnetic was talking about. Trying to change the other person to fit your little picture. No, you change. Why you so mad? Why everything they do, they can't do right? Why are you so irritated? Why are you so easily triggered? See, the question should be of the mirror to you, not a mirror to them. The mirror is never for the other person. The mirror is always for you. Who uses a mirror and turns it around for the other person? Nobody. When you go into a mirror, you go to check yourself out. That's who you're checking out in the mirror. You ain't looking in the mirror to check and see what's going on with somebody else. Does that help, Magnetic? Hey, King G. Welcome. Oh, you said it. No problem. You good, Magnetic? The only I couldn't realize we got the I don't know, maybe she stepped away. But we'll go to the next caller, Marty Bell. Welcome, welcome. How are you? You can unmute.
That's a neighbor.
Hey.
That's a
Hey,
neighbor.
hey.
Yeah, it's neighbor. This is my alt account.
This neighbor. How you doing, neighbor?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I wanted to come on one of these because I just think this is such a fun topic.
It is.
In general.
It is. Very.
Okay, so I read through the questions and I guess I look at it like there are.
Well, did you have
There are, like,
specific
certain-
questions that you wanted to choose one that you wanted to?
Yeah. But okay, I wanted to. Okay, I'll answer them, but I wanted to say something first, and then I wanted to answer them.
Okay, you want to answer all of them or one specifically?
I guess I'll just go through each one
Okay.
if you want. Okay.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that like everything, okay, like ultimately like everything kind of comes down to like all of the things that we have that are preferences, or some of them are preferences, and then some of them might be things that we've been socialized into.
Mhm.
So then I think that if we can look at what we actually kind of like think or believe around relationships and around who we are in relation to other people, and then kind of look at, do I actually like this thing that I believe in, or that I think how things go, like whether it's like with men and women or whatever, do I like this? Like, do I enjoy like experiencing the results of that? And
I
if
like
not,
that.
then like maybe I could do without it.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I would look at the first one as far as who should move in with who. I've actually seen people who they actually, when they both have their own places, then they get together and one person might move in with another. They might get their own place, like separately of the two places they have. They might even keep the places they have as extra properties. So I think that even that question comes down to like preference.
Mhm.
But then like depending on your preference, like let's say that you have like a more traditional sort of like lens of looking like at the world. Like when I say traditional, I mean like would that be considered people who feel that, you know, men are kind of like more of like the leaders of like relationships, and that women are more like receivers, or however that's worded, because I've never like formally talked about it like in public or anything.
Mhm.
But I would say that in that case, then I guess if that was your preference, then probably like the woman would move in with the man. But I actually, honestly, I have a friend who wouldn't even do that. She would just be like, okay, maybe we can move in like temporarily with each other, but we're not like. She would be like, I'm not moving into like some guy's house because guys don't know how to decorate. It's not always true.
You know
But
what
yeah,
you know from my the people that I've seen, and of course it's just a small little small example, but women that allowed men to move in with them, it never worked out. I don't know how it is on the flip side, but the woman that had the place and the man moved in, never worked out. Not to say that marriages don't, not to say, but we're talking about, I'm not talking about marriages. I'm talking about like, but even some of them did end in marriage. Some of them were marriages. Some of them were boyfriend and girlfriend, and some of them were marriages. Whenever the guy moved in, because it was basically almost the guy that was moving in, they really didn't have a good foundation, which is why they basically probably are moving in with the woman. So a woman should question why a man may be moving in with you, especially if you haven't done the inner work, right? If you haven't decided like, I don't care about that construct is not representative of what my relationship is going to look like. But if you have this mindset of like, yes, men are supposed to be the providers, men are supposed to be the leaders, men are supposed to be the chasers, and right, and those who go after, and then you're dating men that want to move in with you, you're basically going against your own belief system.
I agree with that.
right?
Hey, can you give me a second? I'll come back around.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Say he broke. Right. Say, yep.
Nah,
Basically, they not financially, because it's a reason why y'all didn't go get a place together, or you didn't move in with him. He moved in with
ain't
you.
too many women moving on man in without looking at him like, oh, what that man got going on? This and that. Let me look at his background. Let me see what he got going on. If it's that, whatever, then like I was saying, back to that, he can't decorate, he can't cook, he can't clean, he can't do this. What you moving a man for?
Yep.
What kind of relationship you want? That he a bum. I'm sorry, man. If men in here and y'all bums, do your thing.
Yes. Riku UGC on YouTube said yes. Just got here, and I agree. If the woman moves in with the guy, it might work well, but best option is for both to pick a new place for both of them to move in together. Yes. Candy says a woman's beauty makes her husband's face light up, for it surpasses all else that charms the eye. Okay. Go ahead, Tox.
Yeah, it's such a good topic of conversation. Yeah, so is that, that's super fascinating. The whole concept of like, as I think I shared, was this a week or two ago? There was a guy talking about how men will go to a woman's house and like she has everything on her. Again, this is a generalization. Has all the niceties of living in a home. And when he comes back home, he's like, looking at his one towel and, all that. I just thought that was kind of funny. But
Yeah.
I know that's not the case for all men, because I know many men who have, decked out their place or whatever they like, the comfort or whatever. But I just thought that was fascinating. But in this conversation, talking about who's going to move in with each other, I think there's definitely a money component when it comes to who's going to move in with who. I've only ever lived with two men. And, it was, I don't know how to describe it, but I would say that I think it is important. So when I was with my ex-husband, he moved me into his house. So, whatever, we ended up getting married, of course, but he moved me in like a year long before we ever got married.
Okay.
And yeah, the other relationship I was with, we lived at my place. He had his own place. We lived at my place first, and then we ended up getting our own apartment.
Okay.
Together. So, yeah, I mean, both were decent relationships. So I never I never had the reason why the second guy moved in with me, his lease was up.
Okay.
And he used to be a professor. He wasn't teaching. He wasn't going to teach at the school he was teaching at anymore. So it was easier for him to just be up here. But yeah, so I don't think I would do it the other way. I don't think I would do it where he has nothing really going on and my place is the only option. Definitely not gonna do that.
Can I say one little bit? Whatever. So look, as a man perspective, whatever. So it's kind of crazy, whatever, because when you move into a woman's spot, whatever, it's okay. It's dandy, this and that, whatever. You go in there, she got flowers in her bathroom, this and that, whatever. A man ain't gonna go in there, rip the flowers off the wall, whatever, this and that. But he gonna try to put his essence in that place, this and that, to make him one of that spot, whatever. So I don't know, because like I was saying, I've been through the same thing that you were just saying, and it's weird, whatever. I think that you should move into a joint spot, whatever. You guys share it, whatever. It ain't that she moving to your spot, you moving to her spot. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be chaos. So I think that it's good that you move into one spot jointly. You can decorate the kitchen. I can decorate the living room. You can do whatever. And I think that's how it is. But if you go into somebody else's space, you can't go in to somebody else's space with I'm coming in here to change. I'm doing this and that. Switch up. It don't smell good in here. I'm gonna put lavender in here. I like mango butter. You bringing peppermints? Nah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
just
just
think
make
that's an
the joint.
assumption we're making because we know people come together with and get a spot together and still don't work. I mean,
Yeah.
so I think it has less to
Yeah.
do with who's moving in with who and more to do with the mindset of the people that's in the relationship.
Mm.
And I get it. Yeah. If a man is moving in and the woman's spot is the only option because they don't have nothing going on, well, yeah, but you have some women that don't mind taking care of men. So I can't say
Mm.
that that's wrong, right? I'm not going to say that a
Mm.
woman being the breadwinner and the man being taken care of because we're moving away from that patriarchal mindset. We're not continuing to be in that misogynistic where only the man can work and the woman gets to say no. You're seeing that flipped nowadays where the woman can bring in a lot of money. Now, do some men's ego be bruised when their wife they're both working, but the wife is the one that's making the majority of the fine, is the breadwinner, is making more money? That's what some issues come in because of like
Yeah.
my just like a neighbor was saying, we have these societal norms that tell you this is the role of the man and this is the role of the woman. And whenever the
Yep.
role of the woman trumps the role of the man, now how does a man deal with that? Because all his life he was told he was supposed to be the provider. He was supposed to be the one that brought home the majority of the money. He was the one that made the decisions. And that's where a lot of contention in marriages are coming from because now women are starting to usurp or pass their men in the finance department.
Okay. So let me ask you guys a question, quick like. So look, let's say if all right, y'all women, y'all meet a man and he could cook great. I don't know how. I mean, I learned how to cook from women. Boom, cool. If you meet a man that could cook better than, do you fall back and just chill and be like, oh shoot, I ain't gonna cook no more because he cooked great meals, this and that, whatever, such, whatever, and I'm gonna let him do that, whatever, while I do X, Y, and Z. Is that okay? Or is it like, so let's say, all right, he make, so let's say we got 7 days in a week, whatever, the man make 4 meals minimum. You ain't cooking, you cook whatever, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it's always contention. I ain't gonna lie to you, relationships is always, it's always gonna be a little bit contention in there. You understand? It's gonna be like, I love you more, I don't love you more. Don't nobody care about it. It's about what we bring to the table and what we, like what is out there for us to build on.
Right, like Tim, it's all about each household is different, and I think people need to find out what works in their household. Just because I wouldn't do it don't mean you shouldn't. If that's what works for you, do what works for you. I think we look too much to outside sources or look to societal norms to dictate our relationships when you got to leave the world out of your relationship and you got to decide what works for your household. And so if your husband has decided, yes, I'm gonna do the brunt of the cooking because we enjoy his cooking more, or it could be, yes, he does, he's a great cook, but maybe he don't have time to prepare as many, depending on work schedules and all of that and the things of life. And you have to figure out what works for you. Y'all may even pay for somebody to come in and prepare meals. It's just all about what works in your household. I don't think there's a wrong or right. You just have to decide what works for you. And I think that's the problem. People don't know what they want. So that's where contention starts. Folks don't know what they want. Because if you know what you want, you wouldn't have all these problems.
So look, let me ask you this. So if I like good food, should I go to boo-boo food or should I cook good food? Or should I go for takeout or should I make a great meal?
What do you want?
I want a great meal and I want good food. I don't want no warm.
Do you want
And how do you think the good
made for somebody else?
I don't want. I can make my own food. I can do my own thing, whatever. And I ain't like to. I know that my partner or my significant other, whatever, they can do the same thing. But I guess because I was saying we're going back into the manifesto relationship talk and this and that, whatever. The person that I'm looking for, X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying that I'm not liking the person at work, but I'm saying like we just talking into the chat. if this person say that, okay, it's hot outside, and I'm like, oh no, it's a little cool out there, I don't want to go out there. It's like, so I'm gonna go off my wife. She like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go off my significant other. It's cool out there, this and that. Why? It's hot as hell out there. It's 100 degrees out here in Georgia. But this person likes 70 degrees weather, and they think that that's as nice for them, whatever, and that's hot enough. I'm like, hell no, that's hot as hell.
Okay. What's the problem?
It's hot as hell outside.
Okay.
Are you talking about the AC?
I'm just talking about perspective, whatever. So like all right. So if we
okay, so are you all not? You don't get to all have your own perspectives. Why do you have to agree with your significant other about the weather? Like, why is that even a debate? Who cares? You think it's hot, they don't think it's that hot. Okay, now what? Like, how's that causing problems in a relationship? That's just, you get to have you don't have, this is individualized walk. You still get to have your own perspective. You don't have to be in lockstep in agreement with the other person. And I think that's the problem. You can be individualized as a couple. Like what? Like, and I think that's the problem. People don't think they can have an individualized perspective outside of their spouse or their significant other.
And I think that's exactly what it is, though. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I like to be cold. Whatever. Some people like to be hot. No, I can't do no hot. And I think it's like you were saying, it's like that. Throw in here. All right, cool. Let's keep it like 75 degrees. Type thing.
Yeah. So right. So are you talking about AC? How cool you're going to make the house? Is that what you're saying? Based on how warm? Okay. So we had an issue with. Okay. Yes, I get colder than my husband, but my husband is gone like 10 to 12 hours out the day. He might like 72 degrees, but he ain't here most of the time. So it's going to be on what I want because he ain't here. And then when he get here, he can turn on the fan. He can turn it up a little bit. But why, since I'm majority at home and he's majority not?
I can dig it.
Dude, you're not even hardly here. Why do you care what and then when you do come, you in the garage doing your thing, right? So it's like, that's not even a thing to be upset about, because sometimes you just got to tell people, like, give them a different perspective. Like, this is why, because I'm here all day. I don't want to be freezing and walking around with a dog on sweat on.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, if I'm here, I want to be comfortable. You're not even here. You're out working. Like, what we doing?
It ain't hot out there in Indianapolis.
It is hot. I mean, not hot this week actually. It's only 80, but it's been hot. It can get up there.
Yeah, but see, I can be. Yes, my AC is gonna be 74.
Wow.
Oh, girl, you better than me. My AC.
I freeze these folks to death on 74.
Yeah, I sleep really, really cold. I sleep in really like 68.
68? Oh my goodness, I would have gloves and socks, and I would be sitting up here in a hoodie.
That's why I do it, because I like to snuggle up in my blankets.
Oh my goodness.
And don't nobody like to be sleeping and be hot and sweaty.
I think just recently he turned it down to 73.
Oh my God.
But normally, we keep, at first we was keeping it on 72. I was like, oh, it's still kind of cold in here. I was like 72 is still kind of cold. I'm like, I need to push up to 74. And then we kind of got used to it. So even when we got that really hot weather, it still felt really good in here. It still felt good. We got good AC. We got good, what's it called? Not AC, what's it called? No, it started with a C.
You got central air.
Central air, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got good central air. Yeah. I hear me. It started with a C, not the air conditioning, but the C is central air. Thank you.
Yes. Men and women have different temperatures, generally speaking, bodily wise, biologically.
Mm-hmm.
Men run hotter than women do.
Yeah. So it works, but we ain't finna be mad about it over no weather. Come on now. That's not about to be no argument. Like, you gotta, I think people sweat the small stuff. You gotta stop sweating the small stuff.
Like, if you have a difference in values, where you
then why are you together though?
Yeah, you fundamentally don't see things the same.
Like, you shouldn't even be trying to fit a square into a circle. Like, what?
Definitely don't. Definitely don't do that. Definitely don't waste your time on that.
You have to know what, you have to be happy with you. And I feel like when you're happy with you, you can be happy with where another person thinks. But when you're not happy with you and you can control your own emotional you don't have emotional maturity or a thermostat, you can't control your own thermostat when it comes to your feelings, you're going to try to control another. And that's where I feel like the problems start. Because you can't control you, you seek to control another. And that's where you get all types of problems. Because we're not here to control other people. We're here to control our own selves. Manage your own feelings, manage your own thoughts. And you need to do some assessment. Why does this upset me so much? Why do I need this person to think the way I think, or to cook the way I cook, or to clean the way I clean? Why do I need this person to be, a robot or be a clone of me? To me, that's not love. Love is accepting of another person's perspective without needing them to be different. Because here's the thing you're trying to do to another, what you want it done to you. Would you want somebody coming in a relationship and say, I love everything about them, except I need to change these 3 things about them? And you be like, what the hell? What you mean? You want somebody coming in a relationship trying to change the way you think, the way you act, the way you talk? You want them to accept you just the way you are. And if you want to change something about you, then you'll change something about you. But you're not going to change because someone else doesn't like it or someone else is upset by it. But hey, everybody can define love however they want to. That's just my definition. That's how I see it.
Well,
and it works for me. Right? And it works for me, huh?
It doesn't feel good when you feel like someone is nitpicking.
Yeah. And they just looking to change you. Like, don't make me over, right? Don't make me over.
It's too
because like you just have a fundamental issue. And it's one thing to do nice things that you probably wouldn't normally do to make your partner happy, but like fundamentally changing who you are.
Oh, right. No, you're gonna do things, right? You're like, yeah, I know my husband like this. I know he likes that, or I know they like this, and I'm gonna buy it for them. I'm gonna do this for them, right? But that's out of love. That's not how you. Hopefully, but some people, I won't say some people are manipulative. Some people do things just to manipulate the situation, So I can't say that doesn't happen, but it's no need for it though. It's absolutely unnecessary. So we have Miss Key. Hello. Is she there?
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Interesting conversation. I was listening like, okay. And I know when the gentleman was talking about, well, what if I like home cook really good meals? And I'm like, well, cook them. I'm like, what's the question? Like, cook the meals, let me know what time dinner gonna be ready. Right?
Well. He said, oh, hell no. What you mean, oh, hell no? What? Wait. He did. Wait, he said in the chat. Wait.
I ain't messing with y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing.
What you think the woman's supposed to be the cook? Especially if you decided you are the best cook.
No, you shall. Even if you make a boo-boo ass meal.
But you don't want to eat a boo-boo ass meal. You want to eat great food. That's what you just told us.
Facts.
So here's the thing. This is what you're doing. This is what you would do. Just so you're not responsible for cooking, you'd rather just eat a boo-boo ass meal. Just so you won't be responsible for cooking.
No.
Okay.
No, I go hungry.
Okay.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you won't be so you agree. So you do agree with me. You want shared responsibility in cooking, even though the other partner isn't great at it. Instead of you saying, no, I got this. I'm gonna do the meals, and then let her do something that she's really great at, and you don't have to do it.
He said they're good at it, they just don't want to do it. So why did you marry that?
But that's not the same thing.
That was important.
Okay, that's not the same thing. That's something different.
Different. I mean, that's like crazy. Cause like, if you it's like Jen, like the global thing, whatever. Like you go around the world, whatever. Some people like you to cook for them. Some people cook for you, this and that, whatever. So it goes different, whatever. So I guess.
Would you marry a person that did not like to cook for you if that was really important?
Oh no, I wouldn't even do that. No, because I like to eat.
Right. So it's not even a question, right? I mean,
you're right.
I'm just saying, like, that was your bad choice. So now you gotta cook.
Well, dang. Okay.
Or eat boo-boo food, or don't go home fasting some nights. Are you not eating? Are you not eating tonight?
No, don't. We just talking, right? You ain't gotta, But love these questions. Like number one, who should move in with who? So of course I can't answer that universal because whoever want to move in with who. So I can answer a question about myself, and I would not allow a man to move in with me. My space is just my space that I picked out and purchased for me and my son. It has no room for nobody else. You can come visit for a night if you stay 2 nights.
You're not giving nobody no drawer, huh?
No, you stay. I would say you stay more than a couple days. You need to chip in on the mortgage. Like,
I know that's right.
Like, no. So I would have to move into his space, and or we would have to get one as a couple. Can't come over here. So, but yeah. So that's number one, and then I love number two. What story about your past relationships are you telling yourself? Well, today I can say, when I think back about my past relationships, I don't look at any of my relationships as mistakes or, the marriage is a mistake. I feel like they're mirrors because they reflected who I was at that time, right? They reflected what I believed about myself and all the stuff I was willing to accept. I know when I was insecure, I made choices from insecurity, right? I grew now confident, I got self-love. My choices have completely changed. But I don't regret any of the past relationships. I feel like, they built me to be the version of who I am. They were exactly what I needed at the time. So I'm grateful for the lessons, They were free lessons. So that's how I look at it. That's the story that I tell myself. If I don't have any bad blood, so now I can laugh about it. It's funny to me, Yeah, it was the perfect storm. It got me to be exactly who I needed to be.
Yes.
So so that's my answer for that one. And then I would say number 3. I like this one. Who should make the first move when dating? I'm gonna go against the grain. So when I say a move, I already know if I'm interested in the guy, right? When I first come upon him, I come in his space. So if I haven't made eye contact with him, direct eye contact with him, or smiled, or maybe kind of stared for a couple seconds, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. So, if a guy comes to me and I haven't gave you that subtle move and subtle okay, I'm probably going to exchange phone numbers, but it's probably going to be my Google phone number.
No.
And it's going to get blocked later.
You going to get more? You funny.
I'm going to give you the Google number. I'm like...
You just want to say, no, thank you.
Well, you know how they have you scared. Well, I shouldn't say that. I know you're not scared, but they be having you scared to say no, turn a man down. They be having all this stuff programming, and they show you, I turned down a man and he did such and such, and I'm like,
girl, what you be watching? You watch ID? What's that? ID TV? What is that?
I don't even watch that.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
Right, you need to turn that TV off, because what are you talking about? Not you scared to tell them to say no, thank you. I don't want to exchange. No, I'm good. I appreciate it, but no, thank you.
I just had that conversation.
I just tell them I have a man.
Oh, that's a good one too.
So you're married.
But then I might be interested in somebody else in the group. the friend group. So, but anyway.
You're the wrong one. I didn't mean you. I meant you. And I can't let that be heard that I got a man, because then he ain't going to come either. Like, no. You move out. Move. Get out the way. I want that one.
No, it's funny because I just, I went out Saturday, and it was and it was funny because I did see a guy that I was interested in. And the way I just did it, I just walked up to the bar and just stood beside him, And then me and him started of course, he naturally just started having a conversation with me, right? So then his friend was interested in my friend.
Okay.
So, but as the night went on, I lost interest in the guy. I'm like, ew, like he is not no. After you talk to a guy, you're like, hell no. So I'm like, no. So I hit.
So you went by appearances.
I went by appearance. I'm like, nice, right? But then that conversation with maybe 15 minutes in, I'm like, absolutely not. No. And so I hit him with the Google number at the end of the night. But my friend, she wasn't interested in her guy either. And she was like, no, I'm not interested. And I was like, wow. So it just depends, right? Everybody has their little style. But we both walked away.
So wait a minute. So you realized you didn't like him, and then you didn't excuse yourself. So he don't even have the opportunity to ask for the number. Because I'm excusing myself from the conversation.
Well, by that time, it was too late.
What you mean too late? I'm about to go to the bathroom, and guess what? I'm not coming back to where you're sitting. What? I'm going to, excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom, and then I'm not coming back. And then I'm not coming back.
He hunted me down.
No. I'm good. I'm talking as, I'm good. I want to stand over here. I guess, yeah, I've been like, no. You're not going to have me sitting up there talking to some dude I don't like for no hour. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to sit there and entertain somebody that I do not find attractive. I don't like your conversation. Like, why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, I walked away and started talking to my friend, and he was after a while, he was like, you really gonna leave and not come back? And then he asked me to step, and I'm like, okay, we can step, I don't mind.
I would have said no. This is the same guy that you end up giving the Google number to.
Yeah, but I actually had fun too. I actually had fun because he knew how to step really well, and he was leading me, and I was just smiling the whole time, and I had a good time. So
he made him think you liked him.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you were kind of leading him on, knowing that you weren't interested.
Yeah.
That's why men get mad. That's why they get mad. Because you lead them on knowing that you were not interested in him. And you gave him all this time knowing you, like, that's why I call it, that's why I get into the whole playing game type thing. That ain't my style. I just ain't gonna do. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not gonna, that's too much energy for me. Like,
You don't think it's fun?
No, I'm not gonna play with people's feelings like that because I wouldn't want it done to me. I wouldn't want to be really interested in a guy and he just placating me because he don't want. And men say that all the time, which is why they ghost, because they don't want that confrontation. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation or whatever. I'm not going to do you what I don't want done to me. So I would never make you think that I like you when I know I don't. I just wouldn't do it. But I'm not saying it's wrong. Yeah, you have fun with it. Because I ain't dating no more. I'm married. So
I had a wonderful time though, right? But I get what you're saying. But I had a ball.
Yeah. You're like, I ain't got no shame in you. Finna guilt me, girl. I do it again. I know, right? I love it. Right. Don't change for me, girl. Don't change for me. Do not change for me. Because again, I'm married. So I ain't looking for no man.
And I ain't either. But anyway, but I do like to date, But so anyway.
I love it. That's so fun. I love it.
So I'm gonna say, number 3, I'm gonna say, if Vine, looked at you and kind of leave me alone, or you're gonna get that Google number anyway. So then number 4.
Google number.
But number 4, would you date someone based on potential? At first, I would have been like, when I first thought about this question, I was like, absolutely not, never again. But then I had to back off that, because I would only if the potential is being demonstrated through their actions, right? So I wouldn't be interested in somebody who's like, oh, well, one day I'm gonna, I plan to do this and I want this. You know how some people, some women just talk. And and I used to fall for the okie doke. But if they're currently building their business, I could see that, right? I'll be able to see he's currently building his business. They want to finish a degree. I should be able to see that. I can see evidence. I should see evidence of that. Maybe if they're paying off debt, I don't know how I should see that, but whatever. As I would say, as long as they're actually doing it, right? But I'm not about to wait around and just hope and listen to promises. I don't date no promises. But I'm not going to say that the person has to have it all figured out, because I know, I feel like I do. But, I know there's certain things.
I don't know. Of a certain age, I'm sorry. You get to a certain age, ain't no still figuring it out at 50. Sorry, dude. If you ain't got it together, I'm not the one.
Well, for dating, right? So
not even for dating. Not even for dating. Because I'm not even gonna say I hit it all together, but it was before I met my husband. And there was a guy that I went to high school with. And we was talking, it was cool. Actually, we dated in high school. We were talking. And then he was like, he didn't have a car or anything. And I had a car. Do I really want to be the chauffeur? No, I don't. We ain't talking no more. We can't go out. That's not happening. So we never went out. Cause what? No. Right. I'm not about to be this, And he could have been in between. I wasn't trying to see what his intentions were, what his goals in life were. He didn't have the car now, so I didn't care if he's about to get one in a year. It didn't matter. If he was about to get one in 6 months. If he's about to get one next month. He didn't have it now.
That's true. Okay. I got you. That is different. I could not date someone who, I feel like that's something that like a child, teenager talk. You don't have a car.
Well, in the city, if you're in the city, some men, I know people get down on their luck, right? Some people, might have hit a job, lost it, who knows? In between, even educated people lose jobs and be in between jobs. So, I can't say because someone, that everybody that has a degree is working, because they're not. There are people that have bachelors and masters, and they're not. They're finding it difficult to find employment. So, but that would be a no for me. That would be a no for me.
That's a no for you.
I'm sorry you're in a situation. Sorry you're finding. You're down on your luck. But I'm not here to be lady luck. You're gonna have to be your own luck.
No, I definitely agree with that. But I guess I was more thinking along the lines of when I'm listening to a person talk, and they're talking about, I'm building my business. And I could see like, oh, wow, he has this business and he's building it. Okay, I might listen and be more interested and be a little bit more captivated when I could see the actual progress of it. I could see evidence of it. But no to a person that's just sitting there talking about their goals, hopes, and dreams. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't.
One day.
One day they start.
Someday.
No, I'm not interested.
Right.
But I definitely need the consistency, the effort, and accountability. But then, I guess I'm saying all this because I'm in a season of my life where I just prefer dating. It's just more fun, for me than being in a relationship. Although when I be seeing y'all little cute couples, I'll be like, oh my God, they're so cute. Look at them. Yeah. So I remember those days, but dating is fun. But anyway, yeah. So,
that's cool.
What's number 5? Are your relationship choices based on knowing you can have what you want? Absolutely. Yes. I don't date from scarcity. No more. No. I don't feel like I have to I don't feel like I have to like try to lock somebody down or settle because I'm afraid it's not going to be another opportunity. You know, so I enjoy dating. I enjoy getting to know like different men, and I like experiences with you know, loving, kind, patient, generous men, right? Now one of those connections, who say
I did.
now I'm gonna say this: if one of those connections naturally grew into a friendship and it eventually turned into a monogamous companionship, because I would not want marriage under no circumstances unless, you know, it's somebody like Bill Gates. But anyway, that would be beautiful. But I'm not trying to force that outcome. I trust that whatever is available to me, I trust it, and you know, it's gonna be from abundance. So that's how I feel at this stage in my life.
Nice, nice. Okay, so you're dating with the chance of a relationship.
Yeah, if I feel like if I come across a guy that I like, it like I'm like emotionally attracted to, right? But that hasn't happened in like a few months. But you know, now it's just like, oh, he's nice. He's nice to me.
So what do you want
He's
again?
nice to me. Well, right now, I want to just continue dating, having the experiences of dating kind, patient, generous men, right?
Okay.
And then if I happen to meet one in which I'm emotionally and physically attracted, you know, then we could go to that next level. But until that time comes,
I mean, sounds like mixed energy to me, but hey, it's your story. Okay.
Okay, let's get into it. How is it mixed? How is it TikTok? How is it mixed?
I mean, because
how is it mixed?
Go ahead, the toxic. So do you feel like it's mixed, or no?
I don't want to. It sounds like it's a phase 1, phase 2 situation.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounds like to me. I can understand why it sounds like it is a bit of a mixed bag, because it's like, ultimately, if you want the relationship, if the whole thing is manifestation, and you want a good relationship that fits your criteria, then you can have it. So, you know, if you want a friendship or companionship, you know, that obviously does not turn to marriage for you because that's not what you want, then...
Because, I mean, who doesn't want what she's saying? That's my thing. Who doesn't want that? Unless you absolutely don't want that. Unless you, who doesn't want the last thing that you're saying, unless you absolutely don't want it? So it sounds like to me you do want it, but you're trying to camouflage it with, because here's the thing, this is what dating is supposed to do. Lead you to that phase 2. Dating is supposed to lead you to that. And it's like you're trying to say, no, I only want the dating only if it can lead to that. But that's usually what dating is for, is so it can lead to that. You're dating a bunch of people to see, is that emotional chemistry there? That financial chemistry is going to be there? That physical chemistry is going to be there? That's why I'm dating multiple men, because when I do make that connection, the rest of the dating is off. I'm going to be with this person now. There's no more, you know, dating other men. I'm going to be it's going to be monogamous now.
But the thought of that makes me feel like I'm being restricted.
But you said it. I didn't. You said it.
So can I say I love, like, because remember we were talking before and you were like, well, it sounds like you were in a wilderness. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because but I like where I am now. Like, I like where I am now. But if a guy comes and sweeps me off my feet, then okay, that's cool. But I'm not looking to settle down with one person because
unless they sweep you off your feet.
Yeah, but I mean, when I say,
so you are looking for it because they have to sweep you off your feet to do it, but you are looking for it. That's not off the table. See, somebody that isn't looking for a relationship, that's off the table. You don't care who enters the chat. You're only looking to date multiple men. But you're saying, no, I'm willing to date. If the right one comes along, then the other people are off the table. Then I'm going to be exclusive to this person. So relationship isn't off the table, even though you're saying it's off the table. But at the same time, you're saying, no, it's still on the table. You're telling me it's not on the table. At the same time, telling me, yes, it is on the table.
So,
because why can't you have both? Why is it an either or?
How can you have both? How can you have both? How can you be
dating till the right one comes, which is what you just said. Dating, and then the right one appears. That's having both. I'm going to date multiple men. I'm going to allow them to take me out. There's only going to be fun, no seriousness until the one that matches what I want enters the scene. And then everybody else they go bye-bye. Because now I'm just going to have my attention on this one person. I think the thing is you've never dated. You never dated to find the right one. You always got with whoever chose you. Yeah. And now you're in the realm of, I actually get to choose.
Yes.
I get to choose. Yes. And I ain't in no rush.
Right.
And I'm gonna date as many as I want to, have fun with as many as I want to, but as soon as the right one comes, but that's what dating is. To find the right one. That's what dating is.
Know that. Where were you back when I was in my 20s? Like, I did not, nobody ever, did they tell y'all this? That women don't marry the man who wants to marry you. It was like this.
Oh, girl, when I was in the church and I said I want to get married, I had all kind of fools coming out the woodwork telling me I was their wife. Girl, if I would have been married 10 times. All these fools would come tell me I was their wife. I was like,
and you said no. Okay, so how did you end up choosing who you chose?
I ain't saying I chose the right one, but I still think I chose him. But I still chose him. I'm saying I chose the right one. But yeah, I was a little choosy, but I should have been a little bit more choosier. That's just I should have vetted him a little bit more.
I'm not trying to say that, right? And I wasn't in the church that young, and I'm not trying to say I dated every guy, but I the one who came with the with the ring and one knee, and I was like, this is what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. This is the how they show you all of the Disney, all the programming on TV that you're supposed to settle down. Young lady, 21 years old, get married. Mm-hmm. And I fell for it, and nobody.
Why is that you fell for it? It's just part of your experience.
it wasn't a horrible experience, so I'm not going to say it was horrible, but it was just. But that's exactly what happened.
All three of us are excusing neighbor. I don't know if neighbor has been married before, but me, you, and Latoxi, we were all in previous marriages, and the first one didn't work for whatever reasons were. And for whatever reasons we chose to marry that person, it didn't work out.
That's true. Yeah.
So, like 50% of the marriages in America, that they say.
She said she had a similar experience, but no marriage yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I don't know how I figured out. Like, when did the light bulb go off? That no, you get to choose. You get to be, selective. And I want to say it was just a combination of, like, you think about, like, the perfect storm. Like, maybe the last guy I dated, coming and meeting you, right? And manifesting. And then one of my friends, she used to always say, whenever a guy, because she was used to dating men that had means. And whenever a guy would try and talk to one of us, she would be like, no, he's poor.
I know that's right.
And she would always, she would be like, ew, he's poor. And she would say that all the time. And I used to be like, what in the world? Or she'll be
I needed a friend like that in my life. No, girl, you can do better. He poor. She was like Shearer 7. That's a dusty girl. Keep it moving. You don't leave them dusties alone.
That's exactly what she did. And then we started going out, and she would be able to spot them. Like, she would know which man, which we all know that just because you have the means don't mean that you're generous or willing to
Right.
do anything for a while. It don't
Right.
mean nothing,
Right.
right? So, but she was like, well, we at least got to get past stage 1. So she was able to, and so just being around her, and I'm like, wow, and so I just, now all of a sudden I got picky when I found myself for the first time saying, he's poor. And I'm like, where did that come from?
So he can afford my taste. Next. And there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody has a standard. Everyone has a preference. And you should not apologize for your standard or your preference.
I know. I mean, of course I feel, I'm like, ugh, shouldn't be saying that. But
right.
I find myself saying that in the back of my head. I'd be like, ew, he's poor. And so, yeah. So now, then all of a sudden, I just, I am where I am now, in which, the fun, I just started having fun with it. And that, because when I stopped looking for the one, it became fun. Because at first I felt like I was
like that. Yeah.
Out of desperation. I felt like I'm looking, and then when I stopped looking for the one, and that kind of thing, which I know where you're coming from, T, I get it. But I also know that where I am right now, and whatever today, August the 3rd, this is working for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But and maybe, next month I'll
I mean, it's no time on it. Like I just think you've never dated.
That's true. Yeah.
And so that's the only reason why we're saying the same thing, but coming from two different perspectives, because you've never dated. And, I don't know how many people you actually got to choose, right? Like, right, you have to do that internal thing, right? Was I with these men because I would have chose them, or was I with them because they chose me? And that's a totally different thing, right?
That's totally
them
different
choosing me as opposed to me choosing them. And now you're like, nope, no more settling. Nope, no more. I'm finna have fun. I'm about to, let my hair down, and I'm writing the rules. And if I end up in a conversation with you and I have decided in my mind you ain't it, you getting a fake number. I don't know what to tell you. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Have fun. Because all they're going to do is go around with a little bruised ego. They'll be all right. Yeah. They thought they had it in the bag. They thought they was, like, ooh, she a dime. She a dime piece. I'm about to get that. And then they're going to be like, hell to the no. She gave me a bogus ass number. What the hell? Yeah. They're going to hide them looking at themselves in the mirror. What did I do wrong? Where did it all go wrong?
I was just talking to one of my friends earlier today, and she was like, welcome to the other side, because we will always be like, oh my God, you're so picky. You're so picky. We said it to her for years. And she was like, I'm not settling. And when I was talking to her today, she was like, welcome to the other side.
Oh,
she was like, isn't it fun?
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. And I'm like, thank you. She was like, she's the president of the club, and I'm coming in. And so, yes, but she's enjoying herself. Like, she has a very wonderful dating life. Like, her dating life is better than man. So I'm like, okay, I gotta, not to compete, but it's inspirational.
Yeah.
So
she opened a whole new world to you. That's beautiful.
It did.
Yeah. But thank you so much for sharing. Love the transparency. Thank you. And I love it. I'm like, Key like, Toy, I don't care what you say. I'm doing me. I love it. That's how it's supposed to be, even if we don't agree, right?
Exactly.
I love it. Because I'm not here to change. I'm just talking about my perspective. I'm just talking about what I'm thinking. That's okay. Right?
No, and it's all, come on now. I don't take it. It's all love. And I mean, you're right. Because eventually I'm probably going to get to that point where I'm going to be like.
Oh, you may be like, look, I've been married twice. I ain't trying to settle down again. And I just like being taken on a little whirlwind around the world. Let somebody take me on trips where, hey, who knows what this world, this new perspective is going to open up for you, right? Because you've never experienced it before. You don't know where it's going to take you. So I can say yes, enjoy it, girl. It ain't no hurry. You can't
at all,
hurry,
right?
love. No, you
I still
just
got
have to wait.
a whole second half of my life, you know.
Yes, I love it.
I still got, so
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Okay, we're gonna go back to neighbor. No, she's Marty up here. Welcome
Hello.
back. Hello.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. You good?
Okay, do you want me to go back to the first question? Or do you want me to go to like move down the list?
Oh, it's up to you.
Okay, all right, so I'll do the second one.
Okay.
Oh, I heard some of like the rest of what you guys were saying around that, and about like I think someone brought up how it could be better for both people to kind of just like get their own place, like their joint place or whatever on their own. But I 100% agree with you about like a woman like not having a man move in and live with her. I feel like
So that's a no-go for you too, huh?
Disaster.
Like,
No way. Like, because I feel like kind of like to a certain extent the I don't know, I feel like it's the man, like the woman is like a beautiful flower, and like he is kind of like providing the environment for that flower to keep the flower like growing and thriving and all of that, even though like, you know, yeah, I mean, because she creates the environment. Like if you put the flowers somewhere or whatever, it's gonna brighten up the room. It's gonna make the room like really really pretty. So I feel like the flowers, like I don't know. I feel like in the situation where a woman is allowing the man to move in, that whole thing is kind of like inversed. So, or she's doing both, and then that's kind of like that could lead to, depending on the person's thoughts, that could lead to maybe resentment down the line. So, okay, second one. What story about your past relationships are you telling yourself? So, okay, so before I was like when I was less conscious around where I was actually like placing my attention, like what I had my awareness on and stuff like that, I actually would tell myself like victim stories, like anything that went like that had gone wrong. Okay, but it's weird because it was like it was a mixture hodgepodge of both. I was telling myself victim stories, and I was telling myself like more empowering stories. And there's someone, I think it's Mia. When Mia joined, she talks about internal and external locus of control. That was one of my favorite things because that changed my perspective on that when I was in my early 20s for a little bit before I started like, you know, tooting my victim horn again, because I really like really like that for a while. But yeah, I would have like the most wonderful guy. Like I would go on the date with like really like wonderful people, and then all of a sudden I would start because I had this whole story around like having OCD and stuff like that. Okay. And I would start nitpicking, but like not in, I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't only nitpicking just them, you know what I mean? I was nitpicking myself, and then I was nitpicking like the meaning of everything. Like, oh, what does that mean? Well, what if it, like, why did it happen at that time? Just overthinking to the max. Yeah. Like I was a professional at that. Okay. And so things that could have been lighter, I made them heavy and cerebral for like no freaking reason at all. Okay. And then so then I just kept doing, and then if something like took place, instead of something that you could literally like could just, what is the terminology for it? Could just like, I don't know, like wash right over you and mean nothing. Mm-hmm. Instead of allowing it to do that, I would think about like, oh, what does this mean in the greater context of like who I am and who this person is, and I would just, there we go.
So you just go down a rabbit hole with every little situation, huh? Like,
yes.
Let me pick this apart. Let me put it under a microscope.
Yes. And I did it with everything. Like I would say, I don't even know like how I didn't even like dealing like with like dealing with myself, with my mind doing all that stuff. Mm-hmm. With me choosing to do that but not knowing that I was choosing it. Right. You know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now what I've done, like I remember about a year and a half ago, I actually kind of looked back at some of those situations, and I made decisions like, first, okay, the decisions were about myself. Like I made a decision that first of all, I have this is back when I cared about attachment styles, but now I don't really care about any of that stuff. But I decided I had a secure attachment. Like I looked at like what that means, like what would I have to be like to have that stuff going on, and then I was like, okay, well, I wrote it all down, but I was like, I'm that. Like this is how I am. This is how my relationships have always gone. And then I also did the extra work of imagining them differently.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is that I just kind of like forgot all of that. And so then I went ahead and I had like new experiences with people and everything like that. And even now I have a boyfriend and that's going really, really well.
Okay.
But the funny thing is that now when I think back to a lot of my older relationships, I can't, of course, I can summon into my awareness any of the things that I consider to have been negative, right? But I've also found, interestingly enough, that it's been a lot easier for me to look back and think, especially when I see people talk about their standards and stuff like that, I actually am like, wait a minute. Every single one of these guys that I was with did all of this stuff and more. Like, this is actually, this is the bare, like when people are like, oh, this is the bare minimum or whatever. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's the least it could be doing.
Yeah. Because it's like, wait, I have been experiencing that. I am like, I guess really what people would call, I guess, privileged or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't even know. I don't even know if it's that. I just have, I'll give you an example. Like the father of my child, we're not, we co-parent and everything like that. Like we're civil with each other and stuff. But I was just thinking back to, like, I was seeing these videos on TikTok. And right now I'm taking like a digital break from my neighbor account. I'm gonna bring it back. But I was scrolling and I was seeing all sorts of stuff, like men and women stuff, like, like, oh, stuff about the patriarchy and all of that. And I'd never seen this kind of content before. So I usually will get sucked into something, like I'll like, I want to find out about stuff, like new things, even if I don't agree with them necessarily. Right. So I'm learning about that, and I'm seeing all these women complain because they're, they'll be like, my husband or men are like this, and they don't do this, and they don't, they don't care about these things, and they only care about themselves and all this other sort of stuff. And I'm just like, wait a minute, like the father of my daughter, like literally when I was pregnant, he cooked, he cleaned, like he did all of the laundry, like he did everything. Like I didn't have to beg him to do any of it. He just did it. He just wanted to. And like
I mean, some men actually do like women. Don't let, they make it sound, they try to generalize when you start trying to tear down, and I get it, you trying to deconstruct from misogyny and patriarchy, but there are men that actually do like women.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. I think that's been my experience with them this entire time. So here I am, like on TikTok or whatever, getting all like, what's the refer, like all initiated into this whole thing when that's not even my experience.
Right. They want to like, oh, women, they like to generalize. It's a grand generalization across the board to say all men, right? Because there are some women that truly believe no man can be faithful. They truly believe
horrible.
that.
That's a horrible kind of thing to live in.
Yeah, but some women actually accept that. They really believe that that's the truth.
Yeah, and I've seen stuff like they'll refer to them as it and all of this crazy, just like overly radical stuff. And it's the same thing like on the women's side too. Like, I mean, they will do that, and then there's just a lot, because then they will be like, oh, well, it doesn't count if it's coming from women because of the societal structure and everything. And then when I get so tied up in all of that, like after seeing or viewing things like that, I will just remind myself that like all of that just made up BS anyway. So who said that actually happened? Who said the history happened this way? Like one moment they're just like, oh yeah, there was like cavemen and this is how it was, and the next moment they're just like, actually women did everything and whatever. And
I've been saying that too. I'm like, we can't even get our story straight. I'm like, the story just keeps changing. It just keeps changing. That's why we're told not to go back. What do you want now? Who cares about what happened?
Ooh, like Lot. Wait, not Lot, but wait, was it Lot's wife?
Yeah,
You
yep,
look back, like turned into Saul. Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. You just got to be in the present moment and know, like, what do you want now? Because that's all that happens. Because I mean, the more you talk about what happened back then, you find yourself in a tailspin. You can start just dredging up all these stories that really doesn't have anything to do with who you are now. You're not even that being. You're not even that
Yeah.
person. You know? That's why I don't get into
Yeah.
details about my past relationships. It's very general when I talk about them. I don't get specifics. Because who cares?
Oh, that's I think that's
Because who
really
cares?
smart.
It doesn't mean anything. I'm going to generalize. Yeah, I tell you how I made the transition between how I used to think about men and how I used to, now how I think about men. But you never hear me say specifically any one person other than my husband. That's the only person I may be a little bit more specific about because I'm currently with him. Nobody I'm with, I know people that I'm no longer with, you don't hear me get specific about them. You'll never know who I'm specifically talking about. Because it's a generality about past relationships, but I'm only giving you a juxtaposition about where I am now and where I used to be. And I used to think this way, and now I think this way, and this is the outcome of thinking this way.
Yeah, for sure. Oh wait, one second. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm getting interrupted.
Oh. I know. Yeah, I know she has a little one, so that may be something she's handling. So I'm gonna go to the next one, neighbor, and then when you come back, when you're ready, you can jump back in. Hey, the artist.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, the artist. How you doing?
Hey, Auntie Toyia, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm
Good to see you.
I'm good. It's
Good.
always good to be here. Hey, panel. You know, I had to come talk because your girl is there. Okay.
Yeah.
So how you doing it today? You going one question or all questions? Or
it's up to you. I realize a lot of people. I realize most people want to answer all the questions. I'll be like, pick one, but I see most people want to dig into all of them. So it's up to you.
Okay. Well, the two that stood out to me were number 2 and number 5. Okay. So I'll answer those. So what story about your past relationships are you telling yourself now? I used to tell myself that the dating pool had piss in it. That women are not as capable of holding themselves accountable. And I got exactly that. So because now I know how this stuff works, what I'm telling myself is I've been doing what they call, I don't know if they call this affirmation stacking. But just recently, I got out of a connection that was like super toxic, super weird, very much so not in alignment. And I knew that relationship wasn't going to work up front, and I still kind of settled for it. Number 5, because I wanted to tell myself that I could love again. You know, after my failed proposal. Well, I had a fiance before that. So long story short, now I'm telling myself consistently that it's okay to be picky. It's okay to run a strict program. It's okay not to settle. And it's okay to wait for what it is. I heard Keith saying, like, if it, kind of waiting on that perfect, I'm not going to say perfect because I don't want to put words in her mouth, but, when you know that the person is worth it. And that's kind of where I am. Like, I've been married twice. So me rushing into a relationship right now, it just seems stupid. But what I'm realizing is that, from these past relationships was just like, like, you give people so much grace. Like, I'm the type of person where you can show me a red flag and for some reason I'll turn it green. And no, that's not okay anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I give people way too much grace. And then I fell into this idea where I've heard people talking about the SP. Oh, get your SP to do some of anything. You get what I'm saying? And I fell into that too, where I'm like, all right, even though this person is showing me all these red flags, I'm going to see them as green because at some point they're going to alter their behavior. But realistically, just like with any other frequency, a person has to match that frequency in order for the change to happen. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but it's kind of like with Magnetic when she came up here. What I'm noticing is that I think there's a disconnect with manifesting and when we're talking about relationships and getting a specific person. You get what you believe you can have. And I think people are trying to manifest attributes in a person.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually manifest belief systems. So you have to deal with your internal belief system. What do you truly believe about belief systems based on how you talk? You think they're toxic? You believe relationships can be toxic? You call them negative? Like, I'm listening to you talk about the past relationship and what was good about it. You didn't say. You haven't even changed the story about it. That question is about changing the story, not keep retelling the same story that does not benefit you. You haven't changed the story at all. So until you change the story, guess what's going to keep happening?
And that's why I say I fell into that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can hold myself accountable to say that I fell into that concept of I need to change a person. You get what I'm saying? I need to try to get this person to do A, B, and C, right?
Yeah, but you're still wanting to manifest a specific person with certain attributes instead of manifesting.
Not currently.
No,
this is
so
me speaking
okay.
on
the past. Okay.
Yeah, this is where I was. This is the things that I felt as if at that moment I was kind of back. It was backfiring on me because, as you say, I was looking at another person.
Okay.
And saying like, "Yo, this person is doing this," but then I had to take a step back and say, "Bitch, this ain't got nothing to do with them. Like, this has everything to do with your self-concept and how you see yourself and how you conceive yourself." You get what I'm saying? And that's when I made the decision. Like, I'm no longer going to be that person that doesn't wake up in the AM and say, I am deserving of this, and I'm not gonna settle for anything less than this because I know I'm doing it.
Right. All right. So I'm starting to like
my sister. I think I told you before.
Yeah. Let me cut you off. I'm starting not to like number 2. I'm starting not to like that question. Because what it's doing is having you guys focus on the things you didn't like about the relationships. And so you're spending like a lot of time talking about what you used to say, as opposed to what do you want now? Let go of the old story you used to tell if you ain't telling a new one. Don't even talk about the old story because it doesn't benefit you. It should have been rephrased. How are you telling? How have you changed the old story? What's the new story you're telling about your past relationships? That's really should have been the question. What new story are you telling about your past relationships?
Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not there to be able to tell a new story.
Okay.
Yeah, we still going.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna set that question aside because it's getting a lot of. Let me talk about past history and past mistakes and what I went wrong and what I did wrong and how I saw it wrong and how I chose wrong. And we don't want that focus. We don't want it to be that focus. That's not where you want your focus is because you want a transformation. And you don't get a transformation by looking back. The transformation comes from looking forward to talking about what you do want, not what you didn't want.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the more you talk about what you don't want, that's where you're putting your focus at. So what are you going to recreate? Well, more of what you don't want.
I was hoping to share a little bit about the affirmations.
Okay, go ahead.
Aspect. Yeah, because that's something that I learned because at first I was like, man, I got these emotions and these feelings and I feel like as if I'm pushing them aside. And instead of pushing them aside, it's like a sandwich effect. I don't know if you've heard of that, where you say something positive, then you go ahead and you express the things that you didn't like. But then at the same time, after you've expressed the things that made you feel a certain type of way, you got that out of your system, whatever the case may be, then you go and you talk about and you reaffirm for yourself all the things that you desire in a connection. So I thought that pushing aside how I felt about my past relationships and the people who were in my life, I thought that was benefiting me, right? But then I started to kind of, I know when it says resist the devil and it shall flee. Like, I think for me, it was just kind of like, I think I was still trying to fight it. You get what I'm saying? So for me personally, it made more sense to cry it out, feel the feelings, do what you have to do, and then remind yourself what you're capable of having, who you are right now. Remind yourself that, when it comes to self-concept, I am someone who deserves to be loved and respected and considered and things of that nature. And it's not like I'm affirming this all day, every day. But when that moment comes up, because let's just be real, breakups aren't always the easiest to deal with. And a lot of times we go through those breakups and we may spiral. That's my identity. That's what I dealt with. You get what I'm saying? And instead of telling myself, oh, you got this and everything is good and you don't feel this way, I just was like, all right, cool. I feel this way. I'm checking in with my body. I'm checking in with my mind. This is where I'm at. This is how I feel. But also, I know that this isn't who I am anymore. That's the past me. That's the old me that's carrying that identity of being someone who's heartbroken, being someone who's fed up. You get what I'm saying? And then you stack the affirmation by saying, but although I felt that way, I got it off of my chest. I was honest with myself. Now, let's remind ourselves who we are. I am always attracting beautiful people. I am always respected. I am always giving myself good time, good attention. People resonate with my aura. They resonate with my energy. My values aren't too much. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's what I learned from my past connection. Because if I feel as if that relationship taught me how to really go within myself. Because for the first time, I was honest with myself about how I felt, but I didn't judge it, if that makes sense.
And I think what would be even more helpful is not to judge the relationship as negative or toxic, but see it as just an experience. It shows you more of who you were, right? So when you can release the judgment of seeing it as a wrong experience and just see it as an experience that reminded you of your worth, right? Because that's what it did. It made you reestablish your self-worth. So even tell the story different that benefits you.
You're right. You're so right. Yep. You are correct in that. So yes, that relationship was amazing for all of what it taught me.
Yep.
And I grew so much from that connection that I'm able to see the new person that I've become based off of it.
Yep.
I like that better too.
Yep. Yeah. So what story are you now telling about your past? Imagine you put now there, right? What story are you now telling about your past relationships, right? Because it's about what now, how you think of it now, not how you thought of it then or while you were in it, right? It's how do you think of it now? What story are you telling now? Beautiful. I love that story. That story makes you feel better, right? Uplifts you, encourages you.
It actually felt better when I said it too.
Yeah.
So you're right on that. And are your relationship choices based on knowing you can have what you want? Yes, absolutely. And I'll just leave that there. Like I said, I mean, when you know what you offer a connection, and like for me, I'm just a naturally sweet person. And when you are who you are, you don't have to say that to anyone, but I'm just sharing with you guys because this is a safe space. But I genuinely know that I'm a very considerate, compassionate, committed person. And that's something that I know for sure. I'm not settling for anything less than someone that can also show up and be committed, consistent, and considerate. Those are my top threes. So if it's not that, you don't have to come with the funds. I got the money, okay? I make a good amount of money for me and you. You don't have to come with all of that extra stuff. Those are the top three right now that I feel as if I were to date again, those will be like, that's what I need in my life right now. You get what I'm saying? Everything else we can work on.
But you're saying what you don't want. But you're saying what you don't want.
I'm just saying what I'm okay with, what I like, and what I'm.
But you say I don't want this.
Looking in the direction.
But you get what you don't get. What you get. Consciousness doesn't know negative. It only knows what you focus on.
Let me word it this way. Those are my top three. And everything else is a plus. Everything else is a plus.
Right. So if they come with money, that's a plus.
Yes, it's a plus.
Right? If they come with money, you're not gonna like.
It is a plus, yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna like. Oh, they got money, so I can't deal with it. Okay.
But once you get to those,
but that isn't something that you're looking for. You're like,
that's not a top.
Yeah,
a top thing for me, because I just feel as if you know what you want. You get what I'm saying? Like, without going into the past, I've experienced a lot of things. But the things that I feel as if I've always held dear to me are those top three. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it all kind of boils back down to consideration. And I think that when it comes to someone looking for dating intentionally, I'm dating intentionally. I'm not dating just to frolic around. I'm 36 years old. I'll be 40 before you know it. And I want to be in a position where my identity has already solidified in such a beautiful way to where I'm only getting a good woman, or I'm only getting a great partner. I'm only getting all the best things in a connection. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just make it fun. Make it fun. Don't put so much. I think you put a little pressure on yourself, you know, when you're like, well, I'm this age and I'll be 40 in soon. And, you know, just have fun with it, right? Like, release it must happen by this time, or I'm this age, so it must. I didn't find my person until I was like 42, 43. And I had 3 children. So, like, experience the fun of the person being attracted to you, right? Because you're not chasing them for it, right? You're not even really looking. You're just being. Yeah, I'm not even looking. You're just being and allowing the person to show up. Have fun with it. Take the pressure off yourself. Yeah, but well, the fun part is getting back to me. I think that's been the funnest part. Is that, like, these conversations I'm not even having outside of this room. Okay. I'm not even interested. I'm not putting that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting that much into it. You know, I'm really working on how am I seeing myself? You know, how do I view myself? And that's been kind of interesting because I didn't realize that I didn't see myself the way I wanted to see myself for a long time. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's like now stepping into this new identity, this new reality, really letting go of that old version of myself. It's kind of interesting because it's like, man, this is a totally new perspective. You know, it's a totally new angle that I get a chance to step into dating when I'm ready, or when it's that time, or when it happens naturally. But my affirmations have been real. Like, you know, I'm naturally a good conversationalist. I naturally attract, you know, wonderful people. You know, just letting it happen naturally. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So beautiful. Yeah, that's where we at with it. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. But right now it's just chill. It's real chill. Love it. Love it. Love it. I mean, you should always be, you know, be childlike. Childlike is always looking to have fun, always looking to laugh, always looking to, you know, be in the moment, you know, not trying to be, you know, not saying that you can't forecast, right? Because some people are like, okay, where am I in 5 years? Where am I in 10 years? Well, be that person that's 10 years ahead. Be that now, right? You don't wait till the 10 years to get there to decide, okay, this is who I am. No, I am this in 5 years. I am this in 10 years. I am this, right? Because there is no ahead of you. Is what you are deciding now. Every moment you're deciding who you are, and then you get to be it. You get to be it. I am this now. Yes, I love it. That's beautiful. As always, thank you for your vulnerability, your transparency. Thank you for the share. Yep. It helps us all focus. Yeah, it helps us all to focus, you know, like, yeah, let me make sure I'm focused on the end result, right? Living in the end, being the person that has it, not the person that's trying to get it. Because that's what it comes down to. You want to be the person that already has it. It's a beautiful thing. Hello, A-Town. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Finally got some more male energy on the set.
You know what I mean?
we did have a guy come up earlier, you know.
Yeah, I heard Zabo.
You did. You heard him. Cool.
Shout out to Zabo.
He like, you better cook. He like you. Y'all like a cooking woman, boy. Y'all that Southern charm. Y'all want some woman in the kitchen, boy. Y'all been there out of, you know, cook that Southern meal, boy. Nick, y'all feel real good.
I got everything else. You know what I mean? I got everything else. You know what I'm saying? But no, excellent live artists, excellent share. Definitely loving the feedback. You know, just kind of the awareness everybody's able to kind of even pick. You can even hear in where people are saying people are able to pick apart their own awareness, and that's what I think is very good. So I think I do concur with throwing out number 2. Because that's not where we at, you know what I'm saying, in terms of just a reflection of what was, unless it's here right now, you know what I'm saying. And the beloved majestic Key, you know, what's up with you, and Toxic Kitty and everybody, but yeah, I love the fact that everybody's able to like pick apart their own awareness and kind of increase their own desires, you know, because that's really what it is for me. And as a matter of fact, let me go into it. So I ain't gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna just kind of pick apart, I guess, pick some of them. Who should move in with who? Should want to. You know, I've seen certain situations for me as a man, moving into a woman's house or apartment, whatever, is not the business. Even if she is the most loveliest, doviest person, I think just something happens. I don't even know what it does, but yeah, for a dude to go into a woman's spot, it's not the business. Emotionally, physically, financially, mentally, you know, you don't ever, whatever you're doing, you don't ever want somebody to have the position or even the utmost inclination of get out. You know what I'm saying? That's not, and you gotta be out or you ain't got your own. You know what I'm saying? That's not something. I'm not saying you're looking for that, but you don't want to, as a man, you don't ever want to be in that position. Now, as a boy, you know what I'm saying? You're doing you know, and you think, you know, she loving you and you run that, you know, okay, you know, you do you. But I've been on this earth for about 40 something years, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the move. You know, you always want to be able to at least have your own. And if you decide to and have a plan, you know what I'm saying, to get your own or to move separately or to grow into whatever you want that plan to be, you know, then let it be a solid plan that's in the benefit of both parties. That's what I will say. But yeah, so because I've been in some little janky little situations, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't so lit. But you know, the lesson was learned, and I, you know, I did have a, you know, we did have a good time, but you know, it's just certain things. What story about the past? Yeah, we ain't, you know, the past. I think, you know, the past just, you know, one, there is no past, but if we're able to reflect on certain relationship experiences, it should just be about what you learned, what you got, what was the good, you know, because that's what you want to repeat. That's what we want to exclamate. That's what we want to embellish. And we want to be able to allow that to be the path to more enlightenment, you know what I'm saying, to more good shit, you know, in my eyes. Because, yeah, and fortunately, I don't know if I blocked it out, but you know, in the past relationship, you know, I'm always thinking about the good, you know, and or what I learned. You got put out, yeah, Key, the worst. The worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I'm saying?
Pack your ish and get out, huh?
Yeah, it was on some old TV type joint, you know. Came home from the joint from a club. My homeboys dropped me off, man. She was throwing my stuff out there, throwing my whole get down on the front.
Why you were acting up?
Like, crazy.
How what time you come home from the club and she wasn't with you? That's why you got put out. That's why you got
go too far in the past. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we just messing with you, but that's why you got put out. You let that sun hit you on that next day, and she was like, "What the hell you think this is? This ain't no hotel, motel, Holiday Inn." If your girl start acting up, then you take her friend.
I wasn't the most responsible partner.
We already know. A-Town, you was on some dumb ish. Okay. We already know. We already know it.
This ain't card reading.
It don't take don't take no right. Like you said, we've been around for some years. We ain't, we ain't no 15, 16-year-olds talking up in here.
I know it. Y'all can smell it. Y'all smell it. Yeah, it was some jankiness going on, and she kicked my butt out. But she took me back. But just having that, it was the worst. You know what I'm saying? It was the worst. Anyway, I'll even give y'all a little snippet. I was in jail.
You ain't got to tell. You ain't got to tell it. We don't need.
This was janky though.
He got to get the details. Now I shouldn't even mess with him. He was ready to go on to the next story.
I know. Okay,
but
all right.
Now you feeling guilty all over again, don't you?
A smidge was.
I want to hear the story.
Look at Key nosy. Key like, go ahead and tell the story. You started it, huh?
Right. Now I gotta make up the story for you. Tell it.
Right. Nah, it's funny though. But I mean, so I needed my homeboy to bail me out, and I needed her to call the dude. So she had to go in and check my phone and check my, to get the messages. She didn't.
Well, she didn't check your phone.
It's because she had my property. She came and got my property. So she scrolled too much. You know what I'm saying?
You should have known, like, damn, I know she's gonna be shaking up my phone.
I needed to get out, Toyia.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
You got out right. You got out of jail and you got out her house.
I got out to a little belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? So it was one belt to ass to another, but yeah, no, it was a little janky, but yeah, we passed that. Who should make the first move and then it's all up to you. It's all up, to each his own, and your comfortability. I've been amongst, a lot of different relationships that have been a blessing where I ain't had to do too much. And, it was like the best shit popping, you know what I'm saying? Where she took it upon herself to put herself in position, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's how I like women. They'll put themselves in position, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going to put it all out there, but they're going to put themselves just enough in them. Oh, okay, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? They'll put you in just enough, to make themselves known or make themselves available.
Yeah, that's what Keith said she did this past weekend. She just came and stood by the dude. And then
no, she did.
Yeah, he knew what to do. But after 15 minutes, she didn't even like him. She didn't like his conversation.
Oh Lord.
and then he got a fake number.
He smelled the pheromones.
She was being messy. She was being too messy. Put you on the spot, Keith.
You ain't hit him with the boom, did you?
No, I gave him a phone number that wasn't working, but. No, you peep, you always peep the scene and you sit back and you see who got the swag, right?
Right.
So I'm like, he got the swag. So I just got up and stood by him. I'm like, okay, I just stood by him. I didn't say a word. And then
face card was on point.
Yeah. Because like you said, your woman knows how to position herself.
Right.
Yeah, her face card don't decline. You already know.
Oh,
yeah, dude, that's Amex right
She
there.
got that little dimple, pretty smile. Yeah. She got the little pretty, the dimple on the side, girl.
I already know. Face card on fleek. I ain't mad at it. So
look, as my son just said, I gotta tell this quick thing. My son's in the kitchen washing dishes, and he said, "You need to take them lashes off. You look ridiculous."
Oh no.
he be coming for you, don't he?
I'm like, T got him on. But anyway, okay, go on, 18. We'll have that conversation.
For back channel. But yeah, teachers on the first move. I'll just say that. Would you date someone based on potential? Based on potential. Or do they need to be already the person you're looking for? I think because if you know about relationships, you know that there's growth, you know that there's maturation, you know that there's evolution that takes place when the relationship occurs because two are growing as a unit. So potential, I would want to know that she knew the difference between some seasonings, you know what I'm saying, that she just ain't had salt and pepper in her seasoning, and that, she knew a little something. However, I do realize that it does take a certain level of maybe discernment to see if that is something that you can, you're always there's going to be I believe that there's going to be a give and take, in certain situations where you have to give a little bit, as well as you're going to have to take certain things in terms of like as far as like, I guess a package is concerned, I don't know. I'll just stop right there. But yeah, so when it comes to potential, I do feel like you can have the greatest potential, but discernment tells you if they follow through on that potential. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna be what they need to be or be what they want to be, and you definitely want to, you definitely want that to be to speak to you, your inner knower, your awareness. But yeah. Are your relationship choices based on knowing you can have what you want, or do you think, why even bother and choose to settle because you don't see it ever happen? Yeah, so no, I do get what I want, and it's happened a few times for me to be able to be for sure about that. I like the perspective of being the person that has what I want. I do love that perspective, and that's like new-ish to me, a new train of thought where I'm not even thinking about specifically that person. I'm thinking about who I am to the person that I want. So it's like it's sort of like a mind freak at the same time, because you're usually looking to, okay, I need that person to be this, and this, checking all boxes, whatever the case may be. Rather so, okay, I am love, patient, self-controlled. I am joy. I am millionaire. I am traveling. I am, a secure individual. You know what I'm saying, man? Whatever those things are. You know what I'm saying? The list can go on. I like that aspect because, again, we can't change anybody. We can only change ourselves. So, yeah, just falling in love with self has been the utmost joy in life at this point in time, and just knowing that you can have what you want, and anything else is just asinine. You know what I'm saying? Anything less than is a joke. When it comes to a person's self-concept of themselves, a person's reality, and yeah. Go ahead. You're gonna say something?
Yeah. Because as you was talking, I was thinking, okay,
yeah,
if you're a person that knows they get whatever they want based on part A of 5, then part A of 5.
Part A. Okay, yeah.
Then part 4 should never come into part A of 4 should never come into question.
Would you date someone? And you're right, because in a dude's
because
mind,
because part B is, or do they need to already be the person you're looking for? Well, wouldn't they be the person that you're looking for because you always get what you want?
You're correct. However, there is that, you're.
So when we're talking about potential, are we talking about things as opposed to the type of person they are?
I'm sorry, say that the last part again.
Are we talking about things like somebody having a certain bank account, a certain career, right? Versus, but again, that falls in line with the type of relationship you want from a person. You want these things already, like you want, or do you want a date potential? Like, do you want a date potential, or do you want to get exactly what you're asking for?
Yeah, so to that answer that question, yeah, I want to get exactly what I'm asking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we, character, emotional intelligence, whether or not you are, how you treat others and how you treat yourself and all that stuff, that is, that's something that, I would look at to determine, what's for me and what's not, as along with the things too.
Right, because if you're not looking to change anyone, the person that's coming into your experience should be exactly what you're looking for, right? It's not to say that you won't grow with a person, right? That you won't build with one another, that It's not something that you're not introducing them to, and that's something they're not introducing you to. But as far as the main things that you're looking for, if you always get what you want, then you would never date potential, because they will always be what you want.
Well, and I guess, so when I'm thinking back as far as, okay, in the sense of when I got what I wanted, I was never looking for a wife, right? I was never looking for a specific one. I just got what I wanted at that particular time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're like, it's not that you won't build and expand and, and come together and become a unit if that's what you're looking to do, right? If you're looking for this person to be your life partner and to build with one another. Someone said these boxes keeping us single. I don't know who us is, because I'm not single, but
they said what the boxes?
These boxes keeping us single. I don't know who us is, because us not single. I'm married.
What boxes are they referring to?
I don't know. Maybe because maybe some people don't want to say specifically what they want. They don't want to have boxes that people have to check.
Oh, okay, boxes. Okay, that term. Okay, got you. Well, yeah, you need boxes. You want boxes. You want to know that, you can get what you want. And you can believe that, you know what I'm saying? And so your boxes may be keeping you out of whatever, not having them or having, whatever the case is. Your belief in the boxes is what's keeping you where you at. So I wouldn't necessarily say, whether that's right or wrong. But
and some people want to be single, right? Some people enjoy singleness. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being single. Yeah. It's not more right to be married than it is to be single. It's just about, like you just said, what do you want? Now, if you find taking issue with being single, then that's something you have to work out, right? Because why are you mad that you're single?
Yeah.
Figure out how not to be.
Take some key. Pull up on them.
Hey. But some people love singleness. They love just the dating and the joy and the fun of it. So it's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right?
I do enjoy.
No one is condemning singleness. We're not over here. This is not Christianity. Ain't nobody trying to get people married up before. If that's something you want to pursue, I say you can have it. If it's something you don't want to pursue, that's okay too.
Right. Yeah, the fad of SP talk I was never on that trend. I just seen that it was such a trendy topic.
And I think the more trendy was about manifesting them back, right? Yeah, I think that was the focus, and our conversation isn't about getting someone back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
we're like past that mindset. We're of a certain age where that's just like, what? We're exes for a reason. Like, what the hell? Like, why am I trying to figure out how to get this person back? But I think that had to do with generational,
No, that's a fact. But yeah, thanks for letting me talk.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you for sharing as always. Yes, thanks for sharing. Love it. Loving all the conversation. Beautiful thing.
I was gonna say, I always find it, not judging, but weird when women are manifesting their SP back, because I think to myself, don't men always come back? Always.
They find their way back to you.
It's never not an ex that's gonna try and not come. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what you must have did? What did you do? Because if he's not coming back, then But I'm joking. I'm halfway joking, but they always come back. Just move on, and guarantee you, here they come. Start living your best life. Here they come.
Yeah, we ain't trying to spin the block back again, Tiki. So yeah, it's a different age.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I think people try to marry because they're afraid of being lonely, right? And they want to go back to what's familiar, even if the relationship wasn't that great, right? They're like, oh, they cheated on me, they had a baby on me, they did it, right? But they still want them back. And I'm like, you need to ask yourself why you want to manifest a relationship like that. You just told us all these horrible things. You had nothing good to say about the relationship, but you want them back? Okay. I mean, it's your life. You get to I guess that's the type, that's what you think you're only worthy of is of having a man that's or a woman that's gonna constantly lie and cheat on you. But I guess, hey, do you?
Yeah, that ain't in my cards.
Yeah. I always question that. I'm like, especially you remember when that was the big topic on my platform. I hear people constantly coming in wanting their SP back, but it was not good. It was like, oh, he's with the other woman. Oh, and you're just like, and you want this Negro back? Okay, of course I didn't say that, but
you didn't. You were very calm, and it was almost as if you were, telling them like if you believe you have the person back, you were telling them what they needed to hear, where they were at that point, right? Mm-hmm. So as opposed to trying to talk them out of it, like but yeah, no SP for me. No.
Can I say too that I'm in the tarot spaces because before I got into manifestation, I was really into tarot. And I even collected some tarot decks, which I still like to collect. But in those spaces, I think that's definitely the main theme of the readings that people get. Even me, I used to get readings like that.
Oh, about SP?
So I think it's one of those things where, like you said, you can't deal with the state of the relationship as it is. So people will find any way to stay connected to someone they really should not be connected to anymore, in my personal opinion. Speaking for myself. And it's a nice distraction, especially if things aren't going well in your life in other ways. So I think that's why people end up focusing on this type of thing, because it's easy to fixate on something that is like far off. It's like that, like,
and we have a distorted view of love, right? Because we're saying that this person loves us even though they don't treat us well. But because it's this emotional attachment, right? Maybe the smacks, the intimacy in the bedroom is really good, but outside of the bedroom, nothing goes right? This is a whole lot of...
That's how you know that's not the person for you.
But because what people like these talking church, the soul ties, people believe in soul ties, so they like, but it's what all this happening is an emotional connection.
Yep.
That's what's going on, and you have to like step outside of it, and you have to be willing to go through that painful experience of separation, and that's what people don't like. That painful experience of separation of this longing. I need this person there to feel worthy. I need this person to feel seen. I need them.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And I think some people feel like, oh, well, this person gave me something that no other person could ever give me, right? Or it's a feeling way you feel about yourself, or like something they did, and it's like, that's definitely not the case. There's always better out there.
Yes, always. You can have what you want, and that means you can have somebody that ain't trying to,
that's
mistreat you.
No, yeah, and I remember if y'all ever saw this. There was this couple. I think it was like a mixed guy and like a white woman, and they were. This was way before I think I was even on Tarot Talk, and way before Manifestation Talk, but this lady was talking about how this man did her dirty. They were together as a couple, very open about the origins of their relationship, and they would talk about how he did her dirty, he was in jail, he was doing this, just doing every single thing. Anything a man could do, honey, he did it. And somehow they ended up together, and somehow I guess he figured out that she wasn't going nowhere, and he he got back with her. Yeah. And stayed. I don't know. I could not even tell you these people's names anymore. But I just thought that was so shocking, because I'm like, if it's like one of those things where you're like, you can judge someone else's relationship, right? But like, we obviously don't know the details of why she felt so connected to this guy. Sometimes people just get fixated on people, Yeah.
And what we're not saying is that, yes, you can have a changed relationship with that person, but who has to change?
Right.
You do. Your assumptions about the relationship have to change. And that's why people kept experiencing the Groundhog Day of getting the person back, being mistreated. They go out and be with the other girl. They're mad. Oh, he came, but he didn't stay. Oh, he came, but it fell apart. Oh, it came because you never changed. You didn't change. And so you just kept experiencing the same thing with the same person. Because, and I think that's why a lot of people don't want to change, because they're in fear of, if I change, then yeah, the person may not come back. Or I may not want them, because once I change, I recognize I can do better. I can, and so I'm not going to change because I don't want to be alone, right? Like, they don't like the outcome of what the change may bring about, because it may bring about that you come to the realization you don't even like them. The change is going to, the change in you is going to bring a change on the outer, and people are scared of that.
That was totally what I felt personally. Like, I definitely was, that's how I got into manifestation. I was trying to manifest somebody back. And I was like, I already knew that I was really pushing it in terms of like my standards. I knew it, because at the time when I got with him, like, I was not ready for a relationship. I didn't want to be in a relationship. So it just ended up that way, right? But I knew that I was already like, girl, you're trying to make too much happen. You're trying to make too much put together, right? Like I was trying to like make up for all of the things. Well, we can figure this out. We can figure that, just doing all that stuff. And I'm like, mentally, it's like, girl, you don't even need to be doing that. Like, you're doing the absolute most. Like, you're doing the most. Speaking to myself.
But I get it. I mean, if somebody's married, right, you have a family, and the person you married, they were always good to you. There's something happened along the time during the marriage, right? You kind of got caught up in the marriage and the raising of the kids, and you kind of lost your way, right? And maybe either you cheat or they cheat, right? That okay, but or even say you're not married, but you just been in a really good relationship and you kind of lost your way or whatever, and you broke up, but you want to manifest it back. Yes, you can manifest it back. Even the most absolute worst experience. But what is it going to take?
Right.
It's going to take a true transformation from you. Because you're going to have to let go of everything they ever did, let go of everything you ever thought about them, and do a change in seeing them as the being that they really are. Because they really are loving. They really are amazing. They really are, right? Because what you're seeing and experiencing is your assumptions. And so you're assuming relationships are supposed to be difficult. Men cheat, they lie, they have more than one girl. So, and then you wonder why the person that you bring into your life is showing up as that. That's why they're showing up like that. Because that's the only thing you can think of. You don't think of relationships from easy, effortless, supportive, loving, nurturing, amazing. The man in your life that's mistreating you is because you wrote the script that you should be mistreated by a man. The woman that's using you for money, you wrote that into the script that women are gold diggers. They only want to trying to get a good meal from you. They only want this from you. They don't see you as a person. They see you as a walking bank account. Well, you can't be surprised that that's who comes into your experience.
Listen, be leading with the money too. Boy, you can't have it both ways, man.
But remember, the relationship isn't about other people. It's about you. Your relationship you're having is squarely on your shoulders, not on theirs. They have no free will. They're showing up based off your assumptions. It's your beliefs that you are experiencing in relationships. And that's the part people don't want to accept. They don't want to accept that this person is only acting according to the script I wrote. And once I change the script, their behavior must change. Because I changed, and they're confirming the change I've made. They're not confirming anything about them. They're confirming everything about me. That's why they mind telling people they can manifest the relationship they wanted back. But what had to happen? You can't change them. You can't talk to them and be like, well, if you just stop cheating. Well, if you would just stop going to see the other lady. Well, if you would stop just calling me on my name and talking down to me. No, you have to decide that the relationship is just as you want it to be. which means you're going to have to completely forgive, which means you have to forget everything that has happened before and come in with a whole new, you don't have to have a, what's it called, a lobotomy? Like, you're going to have to do a transplant of you, right? Like, you cannot continue to operate from that old state and think you're going to get a new experience. That's not how the law works. Nothing changes out there until in here changes. In here has to change for out there to change. No one has free will in your reality. There's no such thing as free will. It does not exist. Go ahead, Tox.
Sorry, I have a question about that actually. Because I think when I think about those loops and those mental loops that I was in, I would have to completely like cut off this person to feel better about the manifestation, because the day to day was driving me crazy. Like, it was driving me insane. Like, I just felt like, you know, I was focused all the time on trying to manifest this thing, right? And so if he didn't, you know, respond the way I wanted him to, or how I, you know, went, you know, all that, then I would be really frustrated. Okay. And I was just thinking about how I think, you know, when Neville talks about like, you need to plant the seed and like let it germinate and let it, you know, flower. It needs to root down and then it can come up, you know. I was wondering if like that's part of the reason why people get so stuck on manifesting someone back, because like it doesn't, because it's happening now in real time, right? Like, so it's hard unless you separate yourself from that person. It's like every time you're interacting with this person, it's like, is this a new person? Is this, you know what I mean? It's like the
you're looking for confirmation on the outside.
Right.
Yeah, when the confirmation has to come from within, because that's the thing. You have to tell a new story. But guess the story you keep replaying? What he did 2 weeks ago, what he did 2 months ago, what he did 6 months ago, instead of changing the story to actually he's this type of person. Because you can say that the thing that happened 6 months ago never happened. You get to redact, re-edit the story and tell this version of the story you wished had happened. That's why I never will say never accept an experience you didn't like. Change it.
Period.
But people won't change it. They want to be right, then be happy. Well, they hurt me. They did this, they did that. And so that's true. That happened. But guess what can also be true? Whatever story you tell. That also can be true. Because the moment you change the story, your world has to catch up and reflect the news version that you're telling about this person. Right? Because that goes to like when I share how we changed the experience of my husband and his ex-wife, right? We had to tell a different version of her for that version of her to show herself to us or to him, because I didn't matter. Yeah, I'm just, I didn't matter. I'm not the co-parent. He's a co-parent, right? He had to tell a different story. He had to see her differently. And I helped with that transformation as well, because I decided also to see her differently. And because we made the change within ourselves, she had to reflect the change we made within ourselves. We didn't change her. We changed our beliefs and assumptions about her. She could go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud as you're talking. When we talk about that, so like in the and obviously you don't have to get obviously as detailed as you want to be, because I don't want to get too deep in y'all business. So like the day-to-day conversation, like I think that's where, at least for me, that's where I got caught up. Because I'm thinking about this, right? I'm thinking about my future relationship, my ideal relationship, right? And the next guy, right? The person I'm manifesting now.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm thinking about is if we hit, roadblocks and all this and all that, and he's pissing me the fuck off, like I'm being pissed off and we're texting, I'm still pissed off. You know what I mean? That type of thing, that in the moment, trying to have a real conversation with someone versus I'm not in contact with this person, so I know I can manifest a different version back because I don't see them every day. I don't talk to them every day. I'm not around them all the time. So it gives the seed time to germinate. It gives the seed time to grow, as opposed to when you're in it, sleeping next to this person. I'm liable to crash out on some bullshit. Like
But why would you write difficulty into your relationship first, right? Why are you writing into that? He gonna make me so mad. I'm gonna wanna, have to cuss him out in text. Okay, but here's the thing. He was already. I met him when their daughter was three, right? So they were already experiencing turmoil with not being together anymore, right? So there's always going back to court. There's police being called all the time. It's always this back and forth. She's nasty text, nasty, it's just, and they didn't live together. But the moment we changed our perspective, that ceased. Okay. Now, does she talk about me still? From my understanding, she does, but do I care? No, because the sting isn't there anymore. I just know she got to do some, I'm going to still continue to think well of her, regardless of what she think of me, because what she think of me is none of my business.
Right.
It does not affect me in any way, because I don't care. Like you said, I don't have to see her. I don't have to spend no time with her. I ain't got to talk to her. What had to the relationship that had to do a 180, that had to be a change, was their relationship, because they have a child together. They're co-parenting, so that needs to be civil, and it is. They could talk. It was so bad they had to communicate through a court-appointed app. Now they can call each other on the phone.
Look at God.
Thank you. God is up, right? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? So that's why I know that the change has to occur within you, not in them. It's not about them, because they're rooted in you, says the script. I'm in you, you in me. I am the vine. She is the branch, right? So it's as within, so without. So the moment you change the within, the without has to change. That's how you know you've changed. First, you stop reacting to the outer. And the moment you stop reacting to the outer, stop looking at circumstances to validate what's happened within, but within validates what happens out there, that's how you know you've changed. You haven't changed if you're looking for the outer to validate you. You validate the outer. You tell the outer what you want to see. Oh yes, it happens. And then I talked about the conversation that I had with the cousin too, right? That had to be revised.
Yeah.
So, and my relationships with my children got better too. I stopped all the hollering and yelling and all that, I got a loud, I talk loud, to get mad, but I've even changed that, because I told myself I'm going to not do that. And then when I found myself doing it and I was aware of it, I would just revise it. I was like, well, actually, I didn't say anything. Actually, I didn't do anything. That's all I would do. I would just say, actually, I didn't say anything. Because if I don't say anything, then that means I couldn't have gotten mad. I couldn't have yelled. You're right? Like, if I don't say anything, that doesn't happen. And so I would just say, I didn't say anything. Nope. Until eventually I didn't have to revise it. I revised it until I didn't have to anymore. So people ask, well, how often do you do it? Till you don't have to do it anymore. 70 times 7. How many times do I forgive? 70 times 7, which means it's innumerable. There is no certain amount of time. You keep doing it till you don't have to do it no more.
Period.
I found myself doing that with my boss. A lot of people don't like calling people boss, but with my manager all the time. Like sometimes she irritates me, you know, and I'll be like, oh, she's being was micromanaging, whatever. Then I'll catch myself and I'll change it. And I'm like, no, actually, she's a good boss.
Yeah.
And she's checking on me because she cares about how my day is going, and she's trying to make sure that I'm not overloaded. And as soon as I started telling myself that, all of a sudden, I'll change my whole perspective, and my whole workload will seem lighter, and my day will be better. I started doing that to my all the time. Ever since you shared that, I've started doing it. I started doing it with coworkers at work. Like it's funny because I don't remember I shared one time how we're on Teams, and you know we work from home sometimes, and when you're on Teams. If it's green, you're at your computer. If it's yellow, you're away. And you wouldn't know. You probably don't remember this when you were working because they didn't have Teams when you were in the office, right? Teams. But anyway, so
no, we had Teams, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because a couple people I was talking, they're like, I don't remember Teams. We had such and such. Anyway, I thought Teams was it was newer. But yeah, and I wouldn't, if I'm working from home, if I don't have nothing to do, I'm not working. And so she started tracking how long I was away from my desk. And one time she sent Teams and said she's been gone for 3 hours. Yeah. And I guess she meant to send it to somebody else. And I'm like, oh. So, of course, that was an issue. Like, I was just so upset and so, like, it's about to be work beef and all this other stuff. But then I said, no, I don't want that environment. So I switched it. And I was like, maybe she was just, I made up a story. And I said, maybe she really needed my help. And she maybe reached out to somebody else. And they said, oh, ask Keontae, Key, whatever you want to call me. And she said, and then she said, oh, she's been gone for 3 hours, whatever. And so as soon as I told myself and changed the story, I was able to just go into work when I showed up for work later that week and just have a pleasant attitude. And she received my energy and it was pleasant. But I remember the same story happened years ago when somebody did the same thing and sent a Teams message I wasn't supposed to see. And when I tell you, I let them have it, and it was years of just beef, So yeah, but yeah, I do it all the time.
Nice, beautiful, beautiful. I know we have Miss Kitty up here. Miss Kitty, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, thank you for your patience. I know it took us a while to get to you.
That's okay.
Appreciate you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Beautiful. Love it.
I had a relaxing day, just, doing some inner work. So it was a good day.
Beautiful.
It was a good day.
Today was a good day.
Yeah.
Yes, in the words of Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's see. You want me to answer the questions?
Sure, if you feel so kind to do so.
Okay, let's see. Who should move in with who? I think that I think that a couple, if they've gotten to the point where they're really serious and want to live together for the love as opposed to for the economics of it all, right? So then I think that there should be a common place. You get your place together. It's too difficult. The adjustment, relinquishing your territory if someone moves into you, you just always got that underlying feeling, my stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you move in with somebody else, they've got that and you're still kind of tiptoeing around because it's their stuff. So that would be my answer for number one. Then for number two, what story about your past relationships are you telling yourself? Not much, because I'm just not in that space anymore. And I just made a mess of relationships. I take full responsibility for it all. And again, like we touched upon last week, it's my own personal self-esteem issues. I have sabotaged and blown up relationships, except
Been there, done that.
Oh my God. I had a really good relationship, and I don't want to give any real details, but when I tell you I sabotaged that relationship, it's sad. And then
that state of unworthiness is just,
yes.
man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now with the marriage, I don't know what story I was telling myself, but I didn't sabotage that. I just made a mistake.
Gotcha.
You know. Yeah. The third, who should be the one to make the first move when dating? I think it just depends. You know, I think it either or, depending. I've had success with making the first move, and then I've had success with him coming to me. So it just depends. Number 4, would you never date potential? That's in my mind.
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, don't date potential. I married potential.
So what they say, once they show you who you are, believe them.
Right. Yes.
But what are they really showing you?
Yeah.
What you believe you can have in that moment. That's really what they're showing you.
Right. But no, don't date potential. Look, because you wind up marrying somebody who was in school for architecture, and then next thing you know, they done dropped out, and you're like, what? Now I'm the breadwinner. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. I don't know. You're supposed to be an architect and
putting somebody through medical school. You always hear those stories, right?
Right. No.
Like they went to medical school on you, and now they ain't left with the new boo.
Right. Oh my God! Don't do it. And that's
like we're gonna get married once you done with your intern.
Right.
But I know most people don't do that because people find each other in college, and you know.
Right. Well, that's a little different if you find each other in college, I think.
Well, yeah, that's what they found these these future doctors. They ended up deciding.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess it just depends.
It does. I'm not saying that all doctors, because we know I don't even know all doctors, and we have a tendency to talk about how it didn't work as opposed to there are people that, like that lady Mel Robbins, her family, her I know somebody mentioned her earlier. You heard of Mel Robbins?
No.
She's like this lady that wrote this book called Let Them. And she's been like on Oprah and all that. She has a big podcast on Spotify.
Glasses.
Glasses. Yep.
I've seen her.
Okay. Yeah. She got really big on a TED Talk. But, she talked about that her father went to medical school, what have you. So and they stayed together. Their parents,
Yeah, like I know of a couple that they both. It's a really good story. They met. They both graduated from high school 2 years early, and they met at a graduation party. High school graduation. And they both graduated from high school again early, and they ended up dating, blah, 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 and then they got married. And he was like, well, while they were courting, he was getting ready to go. They were deciding what they were going to do with their futures. And so she wanted to be a social worker. Well, he knew he wanted to be a doctor. And he was like, no, baby, I'll be the doctor and you be the lawyer. And so she was like, okay.
Not okay. They've been
together for 50 some odd years now.
Wow, they were doing the Huxtables, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be the doctor, you be the lawyer, huh? He Cliff and Claire Huxtable. All right. I ain't mad at that. Okay.
No, they did it well. And let's see. Number 5. I don't have any relationships. I mean, are your relationship choices based on knowing you can have what you want? I don't know. I don't know. I'm all foggy in terms of relationships because, like I said, I was so toxic. In my own thinking. Yeah. And in my own view of myself.
All right.
And now I don't care.
So you just having fun, huh?
Right. I guess it's just not a priority for me.
Right. Well, a relationship, here's the thing. Relationship doesn't have to be exclusive. They could be casual, like Key. Key said, I'm not dating for exclusivity. I'm dating for the casualness of it. Yeah. That's still a relationship, right? Like those still are relationships, regardless how surface level they may be or how in depth they may be. right? You're
Right.
trusting someone to take you out, spend time with you, maybe even pick you up. I don't know how,
Right.
unless
I've
you're
had that.
meeting these men at these restaurants or locations, right? You're trusting them to come to your home, pick you up, and bring you back safely. So
Right.
that is a relationship. It's just surface level, just a casual one, right?
Yeah. And
Yep.
I've done that successfully a couple of times. And then one time I did it and I wound up, it was a hot mess for me, not for him, but for me. So
Yeah, but just like you rewrote the story for your parents, you could rewrite the story for you. That's why we were saying, what story are you telling? What story are you now? I should put now in there. What story about your past relationships are you telling yourself now? So rewrite the script, right?
Yeah.
I used to think this way about relationships. I used to sabotage them. I remember when, like the Neville Goddard, right, technique. I remember when I used to be a hot mess in relationships. I used to sabotage them. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm getting paper. Look
Because
at me now.
I think I still, like, I chat. I don't do the online dating, but I chat on the phone. But it was different, really. I'm aging myself, but it was different in the early 2000s than it is now. The caliber of guys on the lines now have gone kaput. But
that right there. That mindset right there got to be cleaned up. But because I think I told you guys this, that my cousin, her mother-in-law, got married, she's like 74, 75. They still together.
Really?
Yeah, he's a widow. He was a widow.
Uh-huh.
And after 2 years, and they didn't date long, you're 75, 80, 75, 76 years old.
Right.
Because she's already had her 80th birthday. And I want to say they just recently, because I actually, when I did event decor, I decorated for their wedding.
Okay.
And then so they just recently had our anniversary, because I believe they got married in July. So I want to say it's like their 5th or 6th anniversary or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yes, you can find love in marriage at any age.
I know.
She showed right there. Hey, they doing the thing. That's all I gotta say. So they look. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to be married. I'm just saying, but you can find someone to share the rest of your golden years with. Yeah, right.
Right.
And somebody that's going to be right there, and y'all just have a good time and a wonderful time. But you do have to change the mindset of thinking that the quality of men your age is non-existent.
Well, no, I told you I don't like older men, so no.
Well, no matter what age, you have to change your mindset regarding the dating pool. Like the artist was talking about earlier, right? She used to say that the dating pool had piss in it. I'm like, why would you swim in a pool that got piss in it? What the hell are we doing?
Right.
But my cousins would say that, the dating pool is piss poor. I'm like, the hell y'all dating? Who jumping in the pool when it's piss everywhere?
Yeah.
Y'all need to find another pool. But I get it, because that mindset, we are so influenced by society, right? When it comes to relationships. And we have just been programmed with this belief that they got to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's not good men. But men are saying the same thing about women, which is why people are not having great experiences.
Right.
But I used to think the same way until I had the aha moment. I hit that light bulb moment. Hit that epiphany. Like, damn, wait a minute. It ain't that all men cheat. It's just the men I was picking were cheating. That didn't mean, because I didn't even know all men. I did not know all men.
Yes,
and I knew people personally that were good men, that were not, that were taking care of their house, were not cheating, had great jobs, and were faithful.
Right.
I had a cousin, here, I just knew people that wasn't their story. So I'm like, well, why am I accepting this story of negativity surrounding relationships?
Right. Well,
it's never too late to change. Just like you already, like you said, you're doing the inner work. Now you just got to change the story. It's all about change the story and just keep telling yourself the new story, though, right? And when I was saying earlier about the revision, you keep saying it until you don't have to say it anymore.
Okay, so I met this cat on the chat line, And I really, really liked his energy. He was maybe 10 or 12 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him I was older, but I didn't tell him, my age. And he was interested. However, the caveat, I guess that's the right word, or the snare, and we don't talk. I didn't talk to him after the second day because it would have been, like I told him, diabolical, because he was recently separated.
Okay.
And he lived, it would have been long distance. And I was like, I it's too complicated.
Gotcha.
I can't. And but I could still rewrite the story. So if he does get divorced,
the distance may no longer be an issue.
Right.
He may decide to come on down to Houston. You never know. H-Town.
Yeah.
You just never know. Leave it in the hands of the infinite, of your higher mind, on how the details get worked out. You just live in the end of what you want.
Right. Okay.
Like, I decide that he's a great, wonderful, right? Because if someone has shown you who they are and you know that that's who they, right? Like, I wasn't trying to make my husband be a good guy. He just was a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't looking for red flags, and I didn't have to make him be a good guy. He was just a good guy. Because I had decided that I could have a good guy, and he showed up, and I didn't have to, like, force him into my picture of what I thought a good guy was. Right? He came in opening doors, and he still does it. Like, that wasn't just to get right. The chivalry wasn't about, like, he's very thoughtful. My husband is so thoughtful. Like, in an example, yesterday we went out to brunch, and then we celebrating a birthday. My girlfriend, her guy, it was his birthday, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna go to a park." It was about 20 minutes away, but yesterday was pretty cool. It was like 72 degrees yesterday. Windy, was pretty cool. But I had a sundress on. And so we were like, hey, I'm like, hey, you could have texted me, let me know that y'all was coming, because we would have brought chairs with us. And so we go to Aldi's to see by chance that they may have a lawn chair. And they didn't have a lawn chair, but while he's in there, guess what he buys me?
A wrap.
He got me a cover. He bought me a cover.
Yeah.
Like, he's always thinking about me. He's always making sure I'm good.
Yeah.
Always. He's always making sure. Like, he's always.
What's his sign?
Virgo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're nice.
Yeah.
That's right. That was my.
Yes. Yep. Y'all birthdays are a few days apart. Little Toxic. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. His birthday's 12th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the birthday of the sign of the situation that I blew up. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
That I've forgiven myself.
Right now?
Huh?
Should we revise it right now? In real time?
No, he's married and
Okay.
happy, and I wish I could. I blew it up. It's too long of a story to tell.
Yeah, that's okay. No, we don't need the story. That's okay.
Yeah.
But just, don't even, it was a lesson. It was an experience. Nothing you blew up. It was just experience. That was how you thought back then. You don't think that way now.
That was right.
That's not who you are now,
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, you can still change the narrative of the story. You don't have to tell it from a place of like regret or remorse, right? We don't live in condemnation. We just recognize, oh yeah, I was immature. I was dealing from a hurt place, whatever, right? Yeah. I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. Relationships.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I would hear about some girlfriends like, man, your guy do that for you. Yeah, your guy do that for you. And I'm like, damn, I need to, like, what's going on with me that I can't, that I'm not manifesting. And then what I will say, I did have good guys. I just wasn't into them.
Yeah.
Because of the unworthiness factor, or the low self-esteem, or whatever's going to insecurity, right? All of that. So even though I did have guys that did want to like treat me a certain kind, treat me like I'm supposed to be treated as a woman, I couldn't receive it.
Right.
So I'm not even going to say I didn't meet guys, because I did.
Yes.
I just couldn't see myself with them.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to change that mindset to, and I'm like, and hindsight being 2020, I'm like, okay, all the dating shows I was watching and like listening to, how people were matching people up and different stuff like that. Like I said, I used to watch Millionaire Matchmaker, and and then I read her book, and then I read Steve Harvey's book, and they just gave me more clarity about what I wanted and what I could have in a relationship. And then the light bulb just went on. I was like, oh, yeah, I can have a good guy. I'm a good woman. I can have that.
Yeah.
And not long after that, because I was already on the dating apps, I didn't change that. I changed what I was being real specific about the look of the guy. I removed that portion of it. Like I got the specificity of what they should look like, and just decided, nope, he just needs to be a good guy. Of course, it's gonna be somebody I'm attracted to. Like,
yes, of course,
right? Like, so that's why I know I didn't have to make a list. I just say, oh, they have to, match these things. For me, I didn't. Not saying that no one else shouldn't do it. I'm just saying I didn't have to. I could just be general with it, and just say I'm a good girl. I'm a great, I'm a good woman. A good woman deserves a good man.
Right.
That's what I said. And
yeah. The best.
Yep.
And that's what you got.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yep, that and then some. I mean, he's a really great guy. I mean, very, very awesome husband, awesome dad, all of that. Awesome friend. Yeah. We're one another's friends. I mean, we're best friends. Like, yeah.
You hit the lotto.
Yes. Yeah. He don't go out. He ain't gotta be around a whole bunch of dudes. He don't gotta, he's a family man, and because he didn't grow up with his parents, he grew up divorced, for divorced parents. And I asked him, where did he get, his idea of relationships from? From the Cosby Show. He said.
Yes.
That was his idea. He's like, he wanted to be like a power couple type, that type of thing or what have you.
Right.
So he always wanted a big family. That's what he wanted. He always wanted that type of thing. And look at me, I came with 3 children.
See? Listen, I'll tell you a story real quick. I have a girlfriend, her niece. This girl had like 5 or 6 children, right? And she met a guy and they got married. And at the wedding, during the whole wedding, this was his mother in the background because she had so many kids. His mother in the background was like doing the whole wedding. Weeping. And then it turned out that because I guess she had several sons, this girl ended up being her best daughter-in-law, but she wept through the whole wedding.
Just because she's bringing a boatload of children into the marriage. Be the best one. Mm-hmm.
And she ended up being her best daughter-in-law. I have another girlfriend. She had 4, and her husband met when her youngest was a baby, and they stayed married until he passed, and they were married for like probably 30 years, maybe 25, 26 or something like that. And when I met them, I thought those kids were his because they look like him.
Oh, wow.
To me. But that's because they were just so in love. Yes. And, he was mature and like you said with your husband, just had the right mindset and a healthy, loving mindset. And this is my last story. I remember saying to one of my girlfriends, this is why you got to be careful about who you talk to, but you live and you learn. And I was like, if I ever get married again, who my examples are: Claire Huxtable and Bernie Mac's wife. And she laughed. She said, "You're so silly." But that was my example. That was they were inspiring me. It seemed like they really knew how to handle their husbands, and that's the kind of wife I wanted to be,
Yeah, I never watched Bernie Mac's show, so I'm not familiar with her role.
Oh, okay. She was a good wife.
Yeah, okay. But I did watch Claire, so yes, we're very familiar with Claire. Beautiful. Love it. Yep. But I mean, as long as you got breath in the body, you can have whatever you want. Like, you can have whatever you like. I tell you, you can have. Yeah. I mean, there's no limitation. And you don't have to not ask just because you don't know how it will come.
Right. Yeah.
The how is not up to you. The how is not your work. Yep.
Yeah. And it's why would the magic work in one area and not another area? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start revising and get what's really in my heart.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah.
You should get whatever's in your heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, in the depth of your own being. That's who the heart is. The heart of the man, the depth of your own being. And the depth of your own being is desiring it, and then allow yourself to have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're meant to experience it. That's the whole reason why you're desiring it. For the experience of it.
Right.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. That's beautiful. All right. Hello, Miss Ralja Troutman.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey. Bonjour. I didn't take Spanish myself. Hola. Hola. Just like how you be?
So good. Just sitting here listening to you guys, and this couple came. I'm outside of this restaurant waiting for my food and things, and this little baby girl just came right over to me and just started giving me love. I'm like, girl, don't get me in trouble. You got to be catching baby fever and going to manifest another one through somebody else's portal.
Not through somebody else's portal.
Yeah, our portal is we had to shut our own down.
Yeah.
Gertrude and them was in there acting up. They wanted some more contents, but
you funny.
For a while, so she had to go on and get somewhere and sat down.
Okay, I got you. Love it. Did you want to answer any of your questions?
I was listening to you guys talk about Claire and Heathcliff, and it draw heartwarming memories about that show. They were quite the example.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll take a step at the questions. Can you read them for me? Because
Oh, sure. Oh, okay. So, who should this light get it bright for me? Let me turn this light a little bit. Who should move in with who? Should one or both of you give up your place to live with or with each other? So who should move in? Should the guy or the girl move in with the other? Or should you go and get your own space together?
It's whatever is best for what the happy couple is building,
Mm-hmm.
We've done quite a few configurations. We gave up a place and threw furniture away and moved in and got married and got pregnant and I don't know, maybe 2 months later we were looking for an exit strategy.
Yeah, because I guess any configuration can win, or it can, it's about the mindset of the couple, right? When you go into it.
Yeah. And what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
What the goal is, where there's some like-mindedness and a true union to becoming one and building a legacy, and what that looks like and where they at, and everybody ain't built for it. It ain't for the faint-hearted and for the punk asses. Oops. Did I say that? Yeah, that part.
I think everybody built for it. They just got to let go, got to construct a different reality, deconstruct from societal norms, and build their own sandcastles in the sky.
I mean, that is a very abundant perspective. I don't think everybody built for it. I'm sorry.
They just got to tell it, number two. They got to do this. What story about your past relationships are you telling yourself now? Put that now on the end.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. Ooh, now. So it's evolved from I'll never do that again to don't even act like or think you're going to do something like somebody else did and it's going to be a deal breaker, to, I'm very thankful, truly, and appreciative of all of those experiences because it brought me to here. So it's all gravy, baby.
Yes, that's the story we want to tell now. Love it, love it, love it. So number 3, who should make the first move when dating? I should make a move, but I won't. I know you're probably thinking something is wrong.
Well, this is where the tradition comes in for what resonates with me and my family and how I was brought up and stuff. It's kind of like a no-no for a woman to make the first. It's almost like you being fast. Yeah, you be consistent, fast down, and you don't be approaching no man or asking for no number or not even being asked to go dance with a man at a party or something. So yeah, that part. But for me, the way I made that work is I was always intentional about the attention that I wanted. How about that?
Like that. Okay. Yeah. That's a shame though. And that was really in the Black community, right? The responsibility of who was being fast was placed on the woman, on the girl. Absolutely. Especially depending on age, right? How you telling a 10-year-old that they being fast and the doggone 25-year-old looking at them? What the hell? The problem ain't the man, the problem is the 10-year-old.
Yeah, that part.
What the hell we doing? Like we was effed up back in the 80s and the 70s, and like we was really had some crazy ass. Like we just did not want to make these men responsible for nothing.
Yeah, they can't do nothing wrong. Well, fortunately that wasn't a part of ours because I was fast. I was. Just, like I said, I was and then after I got older and body parts and things, and I was just really good at getting the attention that I want. But I always remembered, because my dad told me, of all people, he was such a hoe and had he was just a hoe. But he was the one who told me, like, you always be a lady first. So it ain't what you do, it's how you do things. So it's always worked. It's worked very well for me. I'm not asking for no numbers. I'm not, but I'll make it very apparent for if somebody is not brain dead that you can get some attention over here.
Yeah. I'm glad we're moving away from patriarchy though. That whole mindset of trying to put all the responsibility on a man's actions on a woman. Like, no, especially when it comes to that discrepancy in age, when it's such a vast, especially when you're talking about little girls. And I know, and because I always think about, you say 150, 200 years ago, it was okay, like, right? Because men made the laws, they got to decide at what was the age of consent for a girl. And in our country, it was as young as 7 was the age of consent. And even though maybe mentally some of us have graduated to understand that 7 is never a really good age for, but I get it if we're going by the biology of the female body, right? And the reproductive organs say, oh, you can start having children at 8 or 9. So from a biological, a physiology standpoint, I guess it would be okay for consummate, right? If that's the mindset you're thinking from. But we don't even know if that's the mindset they're thinking from. We only know that they decided that women had no autonomy over their body. They didn't get to say if they can or could not marry at a certain age. They had to do whatever their father or the mindset of, the patriarchal system, whether or not a little girl could marry a 30-year-old man.
They have the right family. I'll put it like that. There's people who have come up missing for far less.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. But now that our minds are evolving, it's just like, woo. Thank you. But that was a time and period. But that was a true, what they say, devolution of man, that fallen state that had, operating from this patriarchy mindset or misogyny, where what they said was law, and there was no, you could not push back against it. So, because when you start awakening, you have to like deconstruct from all of these constructs, right? Like Miss Kitty say, these ain't no some constructs. Like, build the construct up in your mind that you want to experience, the world you would like to see, and definitely you want to see that everyone has the sovereignty and autonomy over their own body, and everyone gets to dictate the rules and laws in which they desire to live by, regardless of what anyone else talking about. Because that's what it's about. And so we'll go to number 4. Say, would you date someone based on potential, or do they need to already be the person you're looking for?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was playing with the baby.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Oh my gosh, she is so beautiful. Please repeat the question. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. Say, would you date someone based on potential, or do they need to already be the person you're looking for?
Heck yeah, did that story of my dating life for sure.
Would you do that now though? Would you date potential now, or do they need to be there with you already?
Here's what it evolved to for me. It's a man, okay, that knows what it means to be a man, and taking care of his business and his family. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A tall man or a chocolate man, or listen, a man who is a man, and who was, who's raised by a man and a dad and all that. So, that's the part that was, that I won't say needed, but that's what we were kind of like seeking as far as a man's place in our life. It was because other than that, we had that covered.
Okay. Okay. All right. And number 5, are your relationship choices based in knowing you can have what you want?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Whatever I want, it's mine already, predestined type stuff. It is, I am, all that. It's beneficial enjoyment thereof. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's me.
And that's the space a lot of us should be operating on. I know sometimes, when we're desiring a new state, desiring to occupy the state that we want, there's a longing, there's a fire burning, there's a passion there, and sometimes if it may seem to take a little while to get there, or we find ourselves looking for results, or wondering why was it so easy to manifest this thing as opposed to manifest this what we deem quote unquote big. And a lot of times we think of things that are big because of the programming, right? Like when it comes to relationships, where the programming says, yeah, you can have it, but it ain't likely. You can ask for it, but you just might not get it. Because the odds of you getting a really good man and getting everything that you want in a man, it don't look too good. Or the woman, yeah, you may have to settle. You may want 10 things on your bucket, on your list of desires, and you better be glad if you get 5 of those things, right? That's what we have been in. And women were programmed and conditioned to accept that men just cheat. That's what they do, as if women don't cheat. I'm sure all of us have girlfriends, cousins, aunts who also they were married to a really good guy and they cheated on them profusely. Because I know people like that. But we always talk about the man being unfaithful as if women aren't also unfaithful. The door swings both ways.
That's right.
But what you have to decide is, what way do you want your door to swing? You have to decide what that, right? So you get to write the story you get to write your love story.
Yes.
You get to write the love story. Because why would you make it any other type of story? I mean, you can make it a horror story, right? You can make it an action story. You can make it Fast and Furious. You can make it a rom-com. You can make it a romantic comedy. You can make it a thriller. Hey.
It starts like you were saying. It starts with you being enough for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's you're the star of the show. It's your world. It's your life. It's a gift, a beautiful gift. And then all these people that wrote these songs about it, Shaka told us that I'm every woman. For real, I am every woman. You hear me? For real, for real. Name the capacity of divine feminine. I am she.
Yes. Yeah.
She is, am I. Mama, grandmama, great grandmama, daughter, sister, auntie. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all, I mean, yeah, regardless of what meat suit you find yourself in, you are enough.
Period.
You are enough. Right? You are amazing just the way you are. You don't need another person to complete you. You remember they used to tell us, to go, 50-50. You're trying to find your better half. You don't want half of a person.
You want it all. You want it all. I want it all.
You're in the fullness of the glory, fullness of the joy, fullness of the love. You want to experience it in fullness. Why would you pinch yourself off? As one teacher would like to say, Abraham Hicks. Stop pinching yourself off from what you want because you don't know how it can happen. And that's generally why people pinch themselves off, because they feel like, I'm asking for something I absolutely have no idea how I'm going to get it, right? It's easy to ask for something when you know the how, right? You want to go to the Bahamas and you got money in the bank. So it ain't too hard to figure out how to book a flight, buy the tickets, right? Book your hotel stay, choose a date. You know how to do that. But when it comes to the thing that you don't know how to do, and now it takes faith, it takes trust, it takes persistence, then that becomes challenging. That's when that reasoning mind tries to get in the way and tries to bring doubt. It allows doubt to arise within you. This is where you have to talk to yourself.
Yep. And it arises because we say, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. And that's where it comes from.
Yep. And you just gotta ask yourself, why do you believe that it can't happen? Like, what story are you assigning to your desire? Like, if it comes to money or health and relationships, right? We're told two different contradicting stories when it comes to all of those areas of our life, right? Take money. We're told, well, people that are high salary earners, they have degrees. But then you have examples that people are very high earning that don't have degrees. And there are people with degrees, some of them don't have jobs. So then that can't be absolute truth, right? Or, you gotta, if you're of a certain race, we know that's a construct. Most of them, they get their money through entertainment. Well, we know that isn't true. That there are entrepreneurs, running multi-million dollar companies, billionaires. But what do we see? We only see celebrity all the time on our social media, right? Telling us this is what wealth looks like. And that you may have to sell your soul in order to get it, right? They give you all of these negative connotations surrounding money. So what do? You have to not accept that mindset. You have to deconstruct what has been built up in your mind and become friends and lovers of money. Because they try to use the Bible to tell us, oh, when you love money, that's the root of all evil. You need to change that sentence and say, when you lack money, that's the root of all evil. Because it be mofos out here stealing and doing all kinds of stuff when they don't got money. It's a lack of it that causes people to do evil. The script tells you money answers all things. You start telling yourself, money answers all things. That means I need to have lots and lots of it, because it answers everything. Then I don't have to be trying to figure out how I'm going to get to Barbados. I know I just go use my bank account and I'm there. I don't even have to go live in the inn and imagine I'm there and try to figure out how I'm going to get there. No, I got enough money. It's going to happen anyway, because I said so. Right? Like, why is the world trying to convince us so much that money is wrong to have? Or people that have it, they had to do something, slimy or grimy in order to get it. What's the push of trying to convince people that money is the evil thing? That money is the wrong thing?
It's what it is. I wish it said the love of other people. There's the problem. Because what it does is it begets like greed, when your perspective ain't right about it. Because so what do you love the money, or do you love the source of it? See?
But you are the source, right? You are the source of it. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So,
because I don't even know if greed is a bad thing.
Well, when you start to what's the covet? We'll use the script terms or words. When you start to covet other people's stuff, then
do other people exist?
Do other people exist? Yeah.
Do they?
Like I'm looking at some right here in front of me.
We're just images of your own thoughts. We're thought forms.
So that's what I manifested, and the abundance thereof.
Right. Thou shalt not cover me, which means thou cannot, thou will not, because everything is you. I am everything, and everything is I am. There's no separation there, right? So you're really not coveting something that someone else has. You're really seeing something that you can also have. Well, because you already have it. Because why? Because it already belongs to you. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. There's no getting. There's only claiming, right?
But you and I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that.
Yeah. Well, that's right. That's the place we speaking from, right? Right.
Listen, and it's greed is attached to idolatry and all that, which is another big old no and a big old trick, because you're the source. What are you looking all around for?
Yeah. Hello. Yep. You got to recognize I am money in whatever form it takes. Whatever form that is, I am that.
Come on.
I'm always, you're right. I'm sufficient. I have everything I need, and then some. My cup always runs over.
I lack nothing. I lack no thing. I am complete whole. I am.
Not only do I not lack it, it's always overflowing. It's always in abundance. It's always multiplied. It's always exponential. Right? Yes. It's always pressed down, running together, pressed down, shaking together, running over, right? It's always
yes, ma'am. It ain't even addition. It's like you said, it's multiplication, and it's exponentially.
Yep.
It can't even be measured. The value, the true value.
Yeah, it's our conversation around the things that because that's why we say talk to yourself, right? You got to change the conversation. And that the conversation has to be changed. Is the inner conversation. It's what you inwardly think. It's what you say secretly when you lying on your bed. What do you really think about money and relationships and your health and, life in general? Your life. Like, what do you really believe is true of you? Because that's what you're going to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like it, you got to change the story. That's it. Don't condemn it. Don't try to justify it. Don't no need for shame, guilt, regret, or remorse. Just change it. You don't have to beat yourself up anymore. We're not operating in condemnation anymore. We're operating in power and authority. And I used to think that, but not anymore. Nope. This is how, we going this way now. And we know no turning back. Straight ahead, onward and upward.
I heard this one. He was, I guess he was a rabbi, but he was a leader of a congregation of. They call themselves like Messianic Jews. They Jews that believe in Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of studying with those guys, and he said it, and their whole mindset, their whole way of living and existing is abundance. He would always say, "You were made for increase, power, authority, and creativity." In the very image, as it were, of the maker of creation.
Yes.
So what does that make us? Hello.
I love it.
Power, authority, and creativity.
Yep.
And unapologetically.
Yeah.
Because silly ones will say, like, who you think you are? I know who I am. I'm every woman. And I have said that to so many folks who really, I think really when we really like get down to the nitty gritty of it, they don't want the abundance. They need to be honest with themselves. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
So don't go around, looking at other people and idolizing and trying to figure out how they did it. You got to do you, boo.
Yeah.
So many grown ass women in their 60s and stuff. Who you think you are? I'm every woman. That's who I am.
Yeah. It's who you think you are. Because what you think about me is none of my business.
That part, and it's none of my business, and it ain't none of your business.
That part.
That's what I think.
Yes.
None yet.
Yeah.
That's what I think. None yet.
Do you know who you are? While you asking me what I think about me, who are you? Who are you?
Sis, that's what I'm telling you. She don't know, and she's not trying to find out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we know that most people are afraid. They're afraid of their own shadow. They're afraid of getting it, and they're afraid of not getting it. They're afraid of being it, and they're afraid of not being it. Like the fear is so so manipulative. It's so controlling, and that's how you. The only way you can dissipate the love the fear is being consumed by love.
Perfect love cast out fear. Perfect love.
You got to be consumed with the love of self.
That part.
Self-love is the best love. It's the only love. It's the greatest love. The greatest love.
That part.
It's easy.
Is perfect love really self-love?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So the whole time when perfect love is just really self-love. That's the only perfect love.
That's it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
The root, the beginning, the foundation, the author, and the finisher.
Yeah. Because when you truly allow yourself to love yourself, what will you fear?
Nothing. And you ain't mad about nothing either. You ain't mad about nobody else's love and abundance for themselves. You get to celebrate with them.
Right, because you've manifested the fruit of the spirit, right? You've manifested the peace and the joy and the kindness, right? And the self-control. You've manifested all those different aspects of yourself because you fully begin to see yourself and know yourself and know that there is nothing that is opposing your good. Everything is there to express your good.
And edify. Come on.
All leveling binder. Yep. Edify. It's all about upliftment.
The rest of that script, it says that all those fruits of the spirit that you mentioned, it says, against such things, there isn't even any law. Nothing can go against it.
Yeah.
Like quite literally, it is highly edified and lifted up. Yeah. The highest vibration, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Against such things, there is no law.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we said. What's the greatest commandment? Love thy God. Who's God? Love thy God with all thy heart, with all thy mind, and all that is within thee.
Like yourself.
And then love your neighbor as
Like
yourself.
Come on.
Because you are God. And you're to love.
Manifestation of God or whatever of the Christ is love.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure it out. They was all, what is it? What is this? What's that? Let me just help you, little minded people. Here's what it is. The law is love.
Yeah. The fulfilling of the law is love. That's all I've been saying. That's all I've been saying. The fulfilling of the law is love. Love is the only transforming power. You're only transformed by love. So yeah, just love on you. You won't see any wrongness. You won't see any ill will, because now you understand the world is perfectly made for you, by you, because of you.
You get to have the beneficial enjoyment of it all. Come on. I'm about to shout.
Right? Because your world is a reflection of who you are, not the reflection of anyone else. Your world is reflecting you, because you're projecting out onto the screen of space, which is your world. It's your reality you're seeing, no one else's.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone that comes into your reality is based people that you drew into it, right? You populated them there, their thought forms. They have no reality outside of you. Nothing has reality outside of your own imagining. Right? I remember Latakis was like, yeah, there's no out there. There's no out there. It's only your imagination. It's just my imagination once again. Running away with me. Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, it's just my imagination. Hey, running away with me.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was real.
What does Skate say? Who can I run to fill this empty space with laughter? Who can I run to when I need love?
Bum, bum. Sweet love in my mind is so
confusing.
I'm about to turn that
Who will
song
be that special one? You, boo, it's you. You're the one. So
and it's so beautiful. Like your world.
You looking for somebody out there, and the whole time you should be looking in the mirror. You the one that you should run to.
That's what Michael said. I'm starting with them in the mirror. They've been telling us for a long time. All these messages is in these songs.
Yep. That's beautiful. Yep. So another wonderful live. Thank you all. Beautiful. We just keep reminding ourselves of our beauty, of our majestic reality, our own wonderful perspective about this life and how amazing it is. And we get to live it, right? We get to experience it. We get to have at it. So amazing.
And enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
And have so much fun. And laugh.
Yep. Love it. Oh, love it. That's beautiful. So Wednesdays, we know we have Manifesting Wednesdays, and Saturday, we're continuing the book discussion, Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret, chapter 3, where he talks about prayer. Ooh, prayer. Yeah, deconstructing that prayer where we used to beg and plead and negotiate and bargain and compromise. None of that. Prayer is just acknowledgement of the end. And the end is where you begin, knowing that you already have the thing that you're asking for. That's the reason why you're desiring it. And asking is commanding, is not requesting, is deciding. I am that I am. I am the thing in which I'm desiring. That's who I am. I'm already that. I'm not trying to be it. I'm not becoming it. I am that. And just living from that state, living from the state of the wish fulfilled, living from the state of already being that which you desire to be. Already. I know, right? Say making deals and false promises unnecessary. God, if you just. How many of you used to pray like that? God, if you just, I'll
then
do
I'll
this.
heal.
Right? Just bargaining, boy. Man. No sacrifice needed.
Telling God how worthy you are. And you know, I've been a good person and I've always loved you. And it's just this one time. I promise this is my last time.
Oh, no more of that. No more. All you gotta do is accept it. That's what believe means. Just accept it as true and it becomes a reality for you. Because it's already a reality. It's already a done deal. Guess what? You get the prize. You get the prize. Guess what? You win. That's the secret. The secret is you win. That's the secret. The veil has been lifted. You win. Now, can you maintain the state? Can you release the seed into the fertile soil and allow it to germinate and become the thing that you've commanded it to be? You said that you're rich. Why are you complaining about money? You say that you're healed. Why are you talking about symptoms? You say that you are loved. Why are you looking for love? You know the loveless never find love?
Maybe like that country song, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love.
The love was right here, right now, right here. SWV. Love will be right here. Be right here.
Another Michael Jackson.
Right here. Love is here. Yeah. It's all right here. It's all right here. It was always with you the whole time. What did the wizard tell Dorothy? Oh no, what was it? Glinda the Good Witch tell Dorothy? She always had the power. I forgot the statement. Wasn't it she always had the power? Or she always had the ability to go home? It was always with her while she was seeking on the outside trying to get to the Wizard of Oz. And then she pulled back the curtain, look at this little old man trying to talk all real big and strong. And the whole time, her key to home was locked right within her own heart. Her own desire to be home was her ability to go home. Your answer is within you. You hold the key to your manifestation. Accept that it's yours and it is. That's the key. Acceptance. Some people call it assumption. Some other people call it belief. Some other people call it knowing. Doesn't matter what you call it, it's already yours. All right, guys. Thank you for joining once again. Thank you. I may come back on tomorrow morning. We'll see. But if not, I'll see you guys Wednesday. Thank you. You all have a wonderful, wonderful good night. Bye-bye. Love will be right here.